I'm the golden son while playing a GBA game. Brain off the scale to thinking he mean weight gain. No surge, electrify the mind. I'm in charge of the buzz, get your power stripped. I'm my own plug, you the socket. Lent more punchlines, the trash in your pocket. That's you to stop it. More than rap, this composite, you gossip, I rock it. See the variation? It don't matter, black or white, bring the drama, Perry Mason. I'm adjacent to the destined, counting all my blessings while they selling their soul. No, you gotta be desperate like them housewives. Hear the real with my mouth wide, half going north, but they still hear the south side in me. These rappers are actors who giving out Emmys. Find me a Denny's looking proud of their penny without an Oscar. I'ma lay it proper. Father, this sound ironic, didn't have a papa for most of my life. Foster home to home. Don't let me start. Comment tell me about real love. It starts in the heart, not the pants. Born without a chance. Probably met destiny plenty times and noticed when she glanced at me. When you dance with me, who would've known these dreamers become fans of me? Put up your hands for me. Touch the sky, the model we grew up with. Bumping that old Wayne, about to see if this truck fit in my garage. I'm kidding, no car, but I got drive. Even if I retire, never be top 5. I survived the rugged terrain. Determination in my brain, God help me find joy through the pain, gain clarity that I share to the masses. Same kid, they dreaming in classes. Future look disastrous. Time for the heroes and less facets. Clean air, less gases. But y'all know what I'm trying to convey. Chase strays, play games, watch a few anime. Found a path to be great, not a moment to waste. Mama check it, don't worry, I'm straight. We gon' take it to the top of the globe. Spread love, realest quote that I wrote. You know, sky's the limit. All my life I was sold, but we surpassing that with each episode. The whole, a new episode. New day, a new episode. A new day, a new day, a new episode. A new day, a new episode. A new day, a new. Go ahead, let them throw that shade. You gotta wait to see the picture. Old Kodak days, don't go that way. They songs all filler, and it shows not at the museum. Fans never been stellar. Pendilla, so it's a route set score. I ain't trying to be known by a number like the kids next door. My lord, they want us in cages or the seats, cause we fresh to death. Cash is short, baby, we cool. Me, I'm nothing but a kid from the boondocks, writing living color. Different world in my boombox, chilling in my afternoon socks with a cute thing. Excuse the missed call, they didn't notice you rang. Sharp tongue from the heavens, we thinking outside of the box. They call him Stoop Kid, never lead his steps. No one knows of his woes, cause he keeps to himself in seclusion. But me, I had to find out his story, so I sat by his stoop. He said his name's Corey. Told me how he used to be in love with a dame, but she left about as fast as she came. Said the sky's never been the same. Air's less fresh, chemtrails blanket the sky, and we compressed to a perfect world that we created within the mind. We blind to the truth as the days unwind. He finds happiness and watch the time go by. He asked, do you know why? Cause at least I'll know when we die. Society's engulfed in trends, and it's hard to find friends when your vision ain't the same through the lens. A cleanse what we need, but our pride won't accept it. Love's like a precious baby girl, and I'm wishing that we kept it. Neglected all our principles, kids laughing at me every day. How conventional, all one-dimensional. I wish I was invincible, I would just fly away. Aim for the sun, hope to land in a higher place. That's my escape from reality. Life is a dream, but it seems we've been sleeping in ravines. For now, I'ma chill with the ranting. Sit up on my stoop while the kids keep chanting. Stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop, the stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it, the stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop, the stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it, the stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop, the stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it, stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it, stoop, the stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it, stoop. A tear rolls down his cheek. He asks, how did life become bleak? We used to seek joy, now we lost in translation of the language called money. I pity our generation. Told him I agree, but you looking at the downside. It's a bigger world outside the walls you hide, and I can guide you to a new state of mind if you let me. But hearts can't receive what the soul isn't ready for. Look, life is a metaphor, it's up to you to find a meaning. You can't stand for something if you steadily leaning on pillars of self-loathing. Imagine what you're missing in addition to beautiful life that you ain't even living. Places that you never been, people that you'll never meet. Happiness if you're willing to seek beyond the stoop of your seclusion, but really just a barrier to block away the image of a place much scarier called reality. Well, he stopped me mid-sentence, took a step down like a sinner doing repentance. Said he wanna take a chance, thanks for the referral. Safe to say this boy's gonna finally leave the world, so stoop kids gonna leave it, stoop kids.
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave him truth and he songs, they prefer the lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. We're back again. Oh my God, it's episode 63 of the Blerd Cave. What is going on, my kings, queens, cosmic beings? How are y'all this fine Saturday morning, noon, afternoon, whichever time zone? It might even be nighttime for some of you. I don't know. Man, we got a jam-packed show today, and I'm gonna be brutally honest. I don't even know if we're gonna get through everything we got to talk about today. I don't even know if we have, like, do we have the time? I don't even know if we have the time. I don't even know. What is going on here? Let's get some. We gotta get some stuff going on in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need my tunes. Hold on, Blerd Without Fear is gonna turn some tunes on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's bring that down. We'll bring that down a taste. I'm gonna bring that down a taste. I don't want to overpower the sounds, the sensual sounds of my voice. Man, look, let's see what's popping in here. Let's see who all we got up in here. God damn it, who all we got on here? See, we got Cornell Watts, Mobius. We got the Conversation Channel. We discuss everything. Ray McConico. Got Antonio Logan up in here, Breck Warren, Rubius Archos, the D-Max 101 Lock Style, my guy, SFC Cake Killer up in here, Jarrell Boza up in here, 2Triv, 211, TJ Youssef, Mama Bear, Dirt Rich, Kojak Black, Luke Kang. So we got Ultra Cross Zero up in here, LJ Brown, Nancy the Spider, Shaft 313. Let's see what else we got here. Got Ray Kai Bujin up in here. Just another monster. Got the Monsterverse Flash up in here. Stephen Huggins up in here. My guy Michael Raleigh, a.k.a. Salt and Sea, up in here. So we got Emmanuel Rivera in here. Geronimo Smith, Absolute Venom. Gots to go get him. Got Approach the Nerd here. That's my girl. Y'all go check her out. Approach the Nerd in the building, goddammit. Listen, we got R. Jack Fellhand up in here. King Breezy. Jerome O up in here. I can't even say that name because it's so many letters. But I know it is, in fact, not actually PewDiePie. He does not like me. Dr. Strain, long time no see. How you been? Got Victor Creed up in here. Oh man, it is good. It is good. It is peace. It is peace. What's up, Gilgamesh? How you doing? DeMarco Langston, how you doing? Nightway, how you doing? You know what? I want to give a little. Can we give a little shout out? I want to give a shout out to one of the members of Blerd Koa. I want to give a shout out to one of the members of Blerd Koa because they brought something to my attention I was not aware of. And I feel like I have been slacking on my pimping. Real quick, before I get that thing, I just noticed we do have a super chat. Let's address this super chat real quick. And then I will take these savings and I will pass them on to you. Hey, we got a $4.99 super chat from Ray Kai Bujin. Man, look at just out here. Said, just because I'm basking in his glory. If y'all don't know, he's talking about my guy, Keith Lee, coming in the clutch on NXT this past Wednesday, picking, like, not only retaining the North American Championship, but also acquiring the NXT Heavyweight Championship. Dude, can't make this shit up, man. It's a good time to be alive. Good time to be alive. But no, I want to pass some savings on to the denizens of Blerd Co. and my comics fans. Now, y'all often hear me sing the praises of Image Comics. I've even had some people come to me in the Discord asking, what new comics can I put them on? I've even had some people come to me and ask me specifically about this company. And it just so happens, right now, you still have 11 days, 48 minutes, and 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14 seconds. I'm fucking with you. You still have 11 days to take advantage of this, and I have taken advantage of this, and I think this is a great deal. For those of you who are familiar with Humble Bundle, right now, Image Comics has a showcase bundle, and I want to show this off to you guys because I want you to see it. But this right here, this is the Image Comics showcase bundle. You got 11 days to pick this up. If you pay $1, you can get the first 4 issues of Invincible. You can get Ghost Fleet, Farmhand. You can also get They're Not Like Us. You can get We Stand on Guard, Curse Words, Copra, Buzzkill, Blackbird, and Redlands just for $1. And in most cases, these are full trade paperbacks. In some of these cases, you are getting 2 trades in digital format, DRM. You look at it on whatever the fuck you want to, is what that means. It could be PDF format, CBZ, EPUB, whatever. You can read it on Fire Tablet, your phone, your computer, whatever you want. Also, if you pay $8 more, you can get the second volume of They're Not Like Us. You can get volumes 1 through 6 of Stray Bullets. You can get Plutona. You can get Outcast, 2 volumes of Outcast. Nowhere Men Volume 1. You can get My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies. You can get, God Country by the GOAT, Donnie Cates. Y'all already know what time it is. You can get volumes 2 through 5 of Curse Words. And, of course, 2 through 5 of Copra, and you can get volumes 2 through 3 of Invincible. You can also get volume 2 of Farmhand, and you can get Savage Town. If you pay $15 more, you can already see it right here. Hack Slash. That's one that, for me, personally, I think is just great. But you can get the Omnibus of Hack Slash, volumes 1 through 6, all of the omnibus. You can get the Revival, also by Tim Seeley, and a personal friend of the channel, Mike Norton, who did art for the Revival. Low by Rick Remender, volumes 1 through 2. Ice Cream Man, number 1 through 2. Big Hard, Sex Criminals, volume 1 through 2, which is just fantastic. Nail Biter, 1 through 6, volumes 1 through 6. Heavy Liquid, Pretty Deadly, 1 through 3, those volumes. And if you spend 18 or more, you can get, dude, they are giving this shit away. I just want y'all to know this. I don't know if y'all can tell this. They are giving this shit away. They are giving this shit away. Yeah. Oh my god, they are literally giving the goddamn goods away. You can get Oblivion Song, Snot Girl, Unnatural, Monstrous, which I don't know if y'all are reading Monstrous. This is just fucking fantastic. Little Bird, Kill or Fucking Be Killed, Criminal, Black Science, and of course one of the greatest stories of all time, Battle Chasers. Treat yourselves. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm going to drop the link in the chat just because I think everyone should take advantage of this, man. If you have the time, please take advantage of this shit. Because, dude, they're giving this shit away for this is crack prices. This is crack prices. They're just giving this shit away. It's like, dude, what the hell? But man, but once again, still, at the same time, I want to give it up to King Eddie for passing this information along to me, because I did not know about it. King Eddie in the Discord, want to say thank you. Personal shout out to you, homie, for getting us hooked up. Hey, M. Sumlin said, what up, brother? First time commenter. Man, you know, hey, welcome to the Blerd Cave. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. Come on through. Put your feet up. Sit down. Stay a while. We're out here. But yeah, we are, let's see here. Let me do this real quick, because I just realized we don't have Carter with us today, in case anyone noticed. We do not have Carter with us today. He had an emergency come up, so he is not with us. Even though technically I had his picture from last week. I hadn't messed with that part yet. Done everything else but mess with that. But yeah, he's not gonna be with us today. However, we got so much to talk about. So much to talk about. There's so many things. So many things. I don't even know if we're gonna get through them all. I don't even know. Look, I see some of y'all already know what's up with Monstrous. See, look at him. The Pookie prices. Okay. Whoo. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. A lot of things happened this week. And real quick, I know I keep delaying. Real quick, I do want to make an announcement, because I just thought about it. Over the past few weeks, it has been brought to my attention that we'll have a lot of questions that pop up in the chat. I'm going to implore you, for those of you who are first-timers here, because I feel like every Blerd Cave is somebody's first Blerd Cave. If you have a question for me, personally, please save it until I ask for questions. Your question will get lost in the chat, and I am not going to go back and look for it. I'm going to be honest with you. If you have a question you were just burning to ask me right this second, you can super chat it in, and I will answer it on the spot, or as close to on the spot as humanly possible. I will stop what I'm doing, and I will answer that question. If you are a member of the Discord server, I will say, put your questions in the questions thread. Please do not have conversations in the questions thread. We had an issue with that this past Saturday. So yeah, please, put it in the questions thread. The questions are for me, not for everybody else. They're for me. But if you have a question, you can put it there. I will answer it at the end of the show. It is typically guaranteed, because I will answer Discord questions last, which means I will put cutoff on chat questions and specifically answer the questions of the Discord. Now, I want to be brutally honest. We're making some changes to the Discord, because I feel like every time we get an influx of new members, some fuckery happens. So I just want you to know, we are, some shit is about to go down, and I'm going to want you to keep your eyes, ears, all that stuff peeled to the Discord for announcements, because I am about to make it where I feel like every time we get new members, no one reads the rules. I'm like, look, I went through great trouble to make those rules. Now, and I'm actually gonna do, like, I'm basically gonna make it this way. I'm gonna, like, we're gonna make it where you have to. We're gonna make it where you have to now. And that's gonna start this Sunday. So I'm gonna put up an announcement after the show, and I will explain everything to everyone. But in the meantime, if you want to join the Discord, please do so. But know that this link will be good until tomorrow. I've just put it in the chat. The link will be good till tomorrow. Please take the time to read the rules. Don't just scroll all the way to the bottom and click the reaction. There's a reaction thing that you have to click on in order to well, I mean, right for now, you'll still be able to join in on everything, but after this Sunday, going forward, I'm going to make it to where unless you click on that reaction, you will not be able to access the Discord. And if you click that reaction and you did not read the rules, I'm still going to hold you accountable to those rules as though you read them because you said you did. So it's about to become zero tolerance in Blerd Co. We have been dealing with some fuckery lately, and yeah, I ain't got time for it, man. I don't like talking to people like I'm their daddy. I like to talk to people as though I'm their friend. I do not like dad talking grown men and women. But that said, now we can move on into what the fuck we're gonna talk about. So let's start with number one, right off the rip. Right off the rip, we got a new Batwoman. New Batwoman is in the goddamn building. And I'm here for it. It's whatever. You know. I have thoughts on it. Not about the person who's playing Batwoman, but more just what I feel should have been done. So let's talk about it. Basically, we have got, and God, I always feel like I'm just fucking this girl's name up. Javicia Leslie is gonna be our new Batwoman. Now, I remember when they first made the announcement they were going to be recasting Batwoman, they did say that there was no there were no caveats on race or whatever. So they said it was very likely that, I remember there was one point it was very heavily rumored that it would be a person of color. And I mean, I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. The thing I actually care about is the fact that here was the issue for me with Batwoman. It's the same issue I had with Supergirl in season 1, and it's the fact that this is a show that is predicated on the idea that the person this character is spun off from exists in this world. And the problem that Supergirl had is that you basically had Supergirl running around, and Superman was just kind of there. Like, and when I say there, I mean, like, he would pop in occasionally. I'm talking about the first season, I'm not talking about any seasons after that. But, like, he would be way off in the distance, or he'd be blurred out, or there'd be some fuckery going on, and he was there, but he wasn't really there, some bullshit. And that's, that's whatever. Batman was just not there at all. He supposedly had disappeared. He's missing. And that's when Kate Kane comes in, becomes, Batwoman. Now, the problem I have with the casting, not the casting of Javicia Leslie, not the casting, but just like the decision to continue the show with, this whole deal, is that Batwoman already had a disconnection from Batman. So it's like, I don't know. It already had a very strong disconnection from Batman. Now there's even less of a connection to Batman because you're making an entirely new character, which that's fine, whatever. And having them take up this mantle of Batwoman. And someone said something to me about this in the Discord. I don't remember who, but someone brought up the idea that, well, what if they're doing the whole like homage to Mystery of the Batwoman, where some of you remember the DC animated movie Mystery of the Batwoman was based off the Batman TAS. It was basically there were multiple women who were actually Batwoman. There were actually like 3 of them. There were 3 different women who were all acting as Batwoman. Someone said, "Oh, maybe they're gonna go that route." And I'm like, they're not that smart. CW's not that smart. As far as the rest of it, I'm perfectly fine. I think I'm not familiar with Javicia Leslie at all in any capacity. I don't think I've ever seen her in shit. But I think she's gonna be fine. I think she'll do fine. I mean, they would not. I will say this. I think of all this shit that's been going on right now with Black Lives Matter, everything, you know, all that stuff, I'm willing to gamble they probably would not have picked a black woman. I'm willing to gamble on that one. I'd be willing to bet some serious money they would not have picked a black woman. However, I think it'll be fine. The show is not bad. Like, it has issues like every other show has. I don't keep up with it. Because on the whole, I don't really fuck with the Arrowverse that much. Like, I mean, I watch Black Lightning, and Stargirl has won me over. Stargirl has won me over. But it has not made me go like, oh, I'm going to keep up with everything Arrowverse. No, it ain't that good. Because you also got to take into account Stargirl is in its own little pocket. It's not a part of the main continuity. I mean, technically it is, but they're not on Earth 1 on Stargirl for the most part. And we'll talk about Stargirl here in a minute because there's some stuff that came up with that. But my main problem is I wish instead of just making Javicia Leslie Batwoman, I wish they would have just, I don't know, given another character a show. Like, I know they had already, before anyone says, oh, well, they've already roped too much money into Batwoman. No, I know that. I totally get that. I'm just saying that if it were me, if it were up to me, 100% up to me, I would have rathered they just made a new show. This girl looks incredibly much like Vixen. You could have made a Vixen show, even though technically you already have a Vixen that's already in that kind of that setting and timeline, even though you don't use her for shit. You got two Vixens, for Christ's sakes. But you got OG Vixen and you got present day Vixen, and you don't use either one of them anymore. Really, hardly, if ever. You could have made a Skyrocket show. You could have made a Vixen show. You could have made a Nubia show. You could have made why am I blanking? You could have made a Bumblebee show, for Christ's sakes. You could have made so many different shows. There are multiple various and sundry black women in DC Comics you could have made a show off of. That's not this one. And it's fine. On the flip side of that, I think it'll be interesting. I don't know how the whole, I think in me and Approach the Nerd, I don't know how the whole me and Approach the Nerd talked about this, I believe. What was it? I think, what was it we talked about? We said something along the lines of, I think it was Sophie, like not having like Sophie just be passed around between hero to hero to hero to hero to hero. There's that. Honestly, and I know this would have been problematic to some people, but I would even have been upset if they would have said, okay, instead of having her be Batwoman, or whatever, even though I know that, people will be pissed because they'll be like, well, why isn't Luke Fox Batwing? But I'd have rather they made her Batwing instead of Batwoman. That would have made more sense, because we all know that the Luke Fox that is on Batwoman is not our Luke Fox. That ain't our Luke Fox. But I don't know, and who knows, maybe this will open up the door for Batwing to kind of come in. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's so much they could have done that would have been a much better usage of time, resources, all that shit. Yeah, because I just can't, man. I just can't, dude. They are killing me right now. Like, they are killing me. Oh, wait, I see what Dark Angel's talking about. Okay, so here's what I did with the invite link. If you click that invite link and then you just leave without assigning a reaction role, you don't stay. So yeah, if you jumped into the so okay, for those of you, I probably should have better explained that. If you clicked on that link that I put in earlier for the to join the Discord server, if you clicked on it and just joined the Discord server, and regardless of interactions, if you just dropped your question and then closed out of Discord without clicking that reaction link, you're no longer part of the Discord. I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah, I figured that probably would be best. Now, going after Sunday, the only reason why it's not in action right now is because I'm trying to give everybody a chance to go and click on that little reaction, because I'm not going to lie, there's going to be a lot. I have this sneaky suspicion, because we have over 200 people in that server, I have a sneaky suspicion about over 100 of y'all, maybe even closer to 150 of y'all, are not going to be a part of the server after this. Because what I'm going to do is, I am going to make it to where, yeah, you have until Sunday to click that reaction, and then I'm going to enact the new, like, you have to have a role policy to be a part of the server. However, I'm going to give you a week to get your shit in order with that reaction. And after a week, if you still, and I'm being generous here, if after a week you still haven't clicked on that reaction, even after you've pretty much been locked out of the server, I'm just going to prune you from the server. You'll be able to join back up later, but I mean, you're going to be under the same exact, situation. Because basically what I'm going to do is, until you read the rules, until you have that reaction roll, you're not going to be able to even see anything in the server other than, like, bullshit. You won't be able to, like, talk to anybody. You won't be able to leave questions. You won't be able to do shit. That is what's going to happen. So, yeah, please take me deadly serious on this one. I'm serious as a fucking heart attack here. But, yeah. But no, I'm sitting here right now. I'm actually sitting right now. For those I don't know, a lot of y'all know this, how I operate. I keep a folder of, I have on my hard drive, I curate so many different images of black superheroes for when I do a lot of, stuff for, whether it's Black History Month, or whether it's just because, or whether it's for something, specific or whatever. I keep a shit ton of pictures of different black superheroes, various and sundry, and just, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, dude, y'all could have had, like I said, I mentioned Bumblebee earlier. I mentioned, Nubia, Vixen, Skyrocket. I'm actually sitting here looking at it right now, and I'm even more upset because, shit. You could have used Tanya Spears. You could have had, you could have had the Tanya Spears rendition of Power Girl. You could have had so many different things. So many different things that you could have used, and man, it just breaks my heart. Breaks my fucking heart. Hell, you could have had a rocket show. But no. We're not trying to be great. That's the problem. Hell, Flint is not even that big of a fucking character in DC Comics, and you could have used that instead. We technically already had excess, sort of, on the Flash, but, yeah, man, I don't know. I just don't know. Like I said, I hope it's good. I never want a show to be bad. I'm not one of those people. When someone tells me that a show that's coming out, when they automatically come out of the gate saying, oh, I hope it sucks, or I hope it fails, I don't want those things to fail, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. And I want y'all to keep that same energy. And I think I said this earlier to somebody in the Discord a couple of days ago when this was originally announced. But I remember someone said something along the lines of, oh, they got a black woman in the role now. I'll watch it now. And it's like, okay, but keep that same energy when, let's say, all right, in the MCU, let's say, something fucked up happens. And, people have been rumoring that Chadwick Boseman's unhappy. Okay, don't be fucked up. When they say, okay, well, fine, we're just going to drop Black Panther and replace him with Bucky Barnes as the White Wolf. I don't want to hear you say shit. I don't want to hear you say shit. Okay? Like, you got to keep that same energy. If you're perfectly fine with characters who are one color being changed to a different color, one way in your favor, even though it's technically not supposed to be that way, if you're perfectly fine with it that way, you should be perfectly fine with it going the other way. If you want if you want that new you want a Vixen show, you want a Nubia show, you want you want all this other stuff, you got to be ready and willing to support the things that are already out there that are in that demographic. Like I always tell people, I vote with my dollars. Like I said, I'll be open and honest about the fact that I don't fuck with Supergirl. I actually fucked with Batwoman more than I fucked with Supergirl. I gave Supergirl like a couple of technically, I guess, to be fair, Batwoman's only had one season. But Supergirl, I gave it a season, and I was like, well, they switched over to CW, I'm going to give them another chance. And that season just left me kind of cold. Then I gave them another season, and it just kept leaving me cold. But I actually enjoyed Batwoman. But the thing is, if these female-led shows fail and continue to do so, in the eyes of the CW, fans are like, boycotting them just because they don't like the character, they don't like the actress, whatever. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You ain't gonna get any more of the motherfuckers. And that's in any shade. That's just how it is. Because that's how Hollywood works. For better or worse, Hollywood always takes one message. And if you give them, regardless of whether the studio makes a good movie or a bad movie, DC is equally guilty of this. Warner Brothers, more specifically. DC just makes comics. But Warner Brothers is guilty of this. They saw The Dark Knight. And then the response to The Dark Knight, how much people loved it. So what did Warner Brothers take away from it? What they should have taken away from it is that people like compelling stories. They like their superhero movies to have compelling stories that could be any other movie. Even if you took out the superheroes and the capes, that movie could be any other movie. Warner Brothers didn't get that memo. They just heard, oh, it's dark. That's what they heard. And that's what they gave you. So, which is funny because Marvel actually took that advice. Marvel actually took the advice. Think about it. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It's just a spy movie. It just happens to have superheroes in it. Guardians of the Galaxy is basically like a Buck Rogers, kind of Star Wars-esque type of movie. It just happens to have superheroes in it. Honestly, I would go as far as to say that Guardians of the Galaxy might be the closest you're ever going to get to an Outlaw Star live-action movie. If you want to be brutally honest about it. That's an anime. That's just like, that was a typical anime story. It just happened to have superheroes in it, in live action. You look at Ant-Man, and actually both Ant-Man movies, Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp, those are heist movies. Those are basically heist movies that happen to have superheroes. That's what Marvel saw the writing on the wall. They're like, oh wait, people just like compelling stories. They don't really give a shit whether, I mean, they care about the superheroes, but they care more about the actual compelling story. So if we just tell a good story, it doesn't matter if it's a heist movie, a space opera, a spy movie, or a rom-com, or a horror movie, or whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as the story is good, that's what you take away from it. And that's what Warner Brothers always fails to, and CW not much better. It just is what it is. And I'll be brutally honest, yeah, here's what you need to know about the CW. Here's what you need to know about the CW and why I never have any hope for any of their shows being more than superhero versions of the OC. Or like superhero versions of Dawson's Creek, which, I'm not gonna lie, Stargirl I was actually really afraid that Stargirl was gonna go that direction. I was like, oh, it's just gonna be Dawson's Creek with superheroes, which in some ways kind of is. However, they're telling compelling stories. They're giving me compelling characters. And that's how you do it. That is how you do it. Black Lightning. A lot of people criticized Black Lightning. It's like, oh, it's just gonna be a ripoff of, Luke Cage. Largely because it's about a black superhero who is kind of old school and, is tackling criminals in the hood, so to speak. And I think Black Lightning proved that, no, it's actually deeper than that. And I think it's no mistake that the two Arrowverse shows I choose to continue watching, they both have that thing in common. They are more than the sum of their parts. So yeah. But yeah, they're always going to try and... CW's always going to try and hit you with a romance angle. They're always going to hit you... The most common trope in CW is people not telling people shit. Oh, I'm keeping a secret. I got to keep a secret from the rest of my team. For my friends. Oliver does it. Flash does it. Hell, to a degree, Black Lightning and the Thunder and Lightning were doing the same thing in this past season, keeping secrets from one another. That's what I feel like all CW shows boil down to. It's secrets. Like, they should all have the subtitle, like, welcome to CW's The Flash. Secrets. Welcome to another episode of Black Lightning. Secrets. Like, that's what they all do. They all keep secrets. And it gets old. I don't mind the secrets, but you gotta have a compelling story to go with those secrets. And we went way off in the weeds there on that one. Didn't even intend to. But, as far as, like I said, going back to Javicia Leslie, I think she'll be good. I got no beef. I know some people talked about, like, I always know height comes into play a lot of times when people talk about superhero roles and stuff like that, which I always think is stupid because most of your favorite superheroes are not, the actors who play them are not as tall as you think they are. It's kind of like wrestlers. Wrestlers look tall on TV till you stand next to one. True story. My wife and I went to an NXT event. Some of you may be familiar with the wrestler Lars Sullivan, who had his fair share of troubles over the last year and some change. But he's a monster. He's a big guy. And then we're sitting at the ramp next to the entrance, and he walks by us, and my wife realizes that he's the same height as she is. If maybe she may not be a hair actually taller than him. Because they have real heights, and then they have build heights. The build heights are clearly fake. And my wife is like 6'1". And she was like, wow, I'm taller than him. And he's not as big as he actually looks on TV. He's actually, I mean, for a big guy, he's a big guy, but any big guy looks huge standing next to a bunch of little dudes. So, I mean, yeah, just, it's kind of, it's funny to me. But, if I'm not mistaken, she's only like 5 foot, like dead on the money. Let me double check that. I want to double check it real quick, but, one thing I do find interesting is I actually was really, pleased with, Ruby Rose's, response to Javicia Leslie, being cast. Yeah, she said, OMG! This is amazing. I'm so glad Batwoman will be played by an amazing black woman. Heart emoji. I want to congratulate Javicia Leslie on taking over the Bat Cape. You're walking into an amazing cast and crew. I can't wait to watch season 2. You are going to be amazing. Heart emoji. No, I take it back. She is 5'4". She is 5'4", so that'll make things interesting, considering that, if I'm not mistaken, Ruby Rose was closer to 5'7", maybe. I think she was like 5'7", 5'8", something like that. She was a little bit taller. But yeah, when you're talking about women in superhero roles, I mean, you can't really be too picky. Not every woman is going to be the height of Gwendolyn Christie. Let's be real here. Which, if I'm not mistaken, Gwendolyn Christie was like 6'3". For those who aren't familiar with Gwendolyn Christie, she played Brienne of Tarth on Game of Thrones. Yeah, not every woman is going to be that size, and honestly, if you're casting for size, you're actually cutting out good actors. Not every tall person is a good actor. That's just like, just because you have like big tits doesn't mean you should be in porn. Doesn't mean you're a good porn actress. Sorry. Yeah, and just because you're hung like a horse also doesn't mean, you should be in porn. Just in case anyone was thinking I was, leaving anybody out. Danger. But yeah, my whole beef is just the fact that, I wish they would have went a different direction. If it were me, I would have went a different direction. I would have just let Batwoman fall by the wayside. Hell, honestly, I probably would have had, even though I know this isn't, a popular decision, but I probably just would have had Ruby Rose's on-screen sister take over the role. Wouldn't have been the weirdest thing that ever could have happened. But who knows? It's all going to come down to the writing. It's all going to come down to how it's written and whether or not they actually do a good job with it. If they do a good job with it, fine, fuck it, I don't care. Good. Write it well, and I will watch it. But if you don't, I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. If you don't write it well, I mean, I'm not gonna fucking watch it. Let's see. Well, okay, now I see somebody bringing up, I see y'all bringing up, let's see, what was this talking about? Did they cast Batman? Technically yes, technically no. Spoilers for Batwoman season 1, but at the end of the season, they reveal they've actually been dealing with Hush the majority of the season. He's basically been in and out of Batwoman season 1 almost the entire time. Like, he was not the main villain of the season, but he recurred more often than not. And towards the end of the season, I believe he did actually show up in his actual comics accurate costume. And when his bandages came off, he had the face of Bruce Wayne. So technically, yes, they have cast an actor as Bruce Wayne, but that actor is not playing Bruce Wayne this coming season. He will be playing Hush, pretending to be Bruce Wayne. So yes and no. Let's see. But yeah. I don't understand this question, but thank you for the super chat. For $1.99 super chat from Justin Malone, says Miles is hot. Kevin Feige live action soon? I don't understand that question. Are you asking me if Kevin Feige is getting a live action movie soon, or if he is going to give Miles Morales, I'm assuming you're talking about Miles Morales, a live action movie soon? I would not hold my breath to either. I would not hold my breath to either one of those. But yeah, no. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you. It's not to say I don't think Miles Morales won't show up in the MCU at some point. I just don't think that it's going to happen this quick. They take their sweet time with everything. How long between the time they announced they were working on Black Panther versus when they actually started working on Black Panther? I'm not even talking about the 90s. I'm not even talking about back in the 90s when they were talking about getting Wesley Snipes for Black Panther. I'm talking about when Kevin Feige first announced, he said, hey, we're doing 2 new heroes coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Black Panther, Captain Marvel. And how long? I think it took forever. It took a while. It wasn't like overnight. So I'm not. There's so much stuff that we don't know about Phase 4, and there's even less we know about Phase 5. But that said, let's move it on along. Let's move it along to the next one. Our next thing. And that is Janelle Monae. Janelle Monae apparently has been actively campaigning to play Storm in the MCU. Now, I know a lot of people are on the fence about Janelle Monae playing such an iconic character. I will be brutally honest. I don't care. I don't care. It's not that serious to me. Janelle Monae is a good actress. I've seen her in multiple things. I know a lot of... Okay, the people who are against it, who are only familiar with her as like a singer, I can see where you would have some trepidations. But she's not just a singer. She's an actress. She has been acting for quite some time. She has been very, very, very active in Hollywood lately, and she's done some fairly good roles. Albeit some of them were in and I know one was in that. The first time I actually saw her act was on that Amazon. Was it Amazon Prime? Anthology series. I don't remember the name of it. I'm gonna have to look it up. Let me see if I can find it. But like, I thought she did a good job. Like, she did a fantastic job for what she was doing. And where did it go? Where is it? Nope, that is... it was Electric Dreams. Electric Dreams is the name of the show she was on. And then, and of course, she's been in other stuff. She was in Hidden Figures, Moonlight, various and sundry other things. And, was it season 2 of Homecoming? There's another movie I think she's got coming up here, very shortly. Let me see here. Is it Antebellum? Or maybe... Antebellum, which is coming out sometime this year. We don't really have I don't know if there's still a hard date on Antebellum. Because, I think it was, I think tentatively it's set to come out August 21st. I think it was actually supposed to come out even before then. But a lot of movies keep getting pushed back because of, that bitch Carol fucking Baskin. By the way, want to say thank you to the COBY. Get back with us on that Blerd Club, that Blerd membership. Thank you. Which, by the way, for those of you who are Blerd Club members, don't know if you know this. However, you do get early access to videos. There are actually, I think, 2 videos that are up right now that no one else has access to unless you are a Blerd Club member or patron. So the Spawn video is up for Blerd Club members and patrons. Also, the Vixen video is up for Blerd Club members and patrons. And the Vixen video has been up for a while, for a couple of weeks, I think. so far. That won't be getting released until later this week. And then, not later this week, but next week. And then, the Spawn video will probably be sometime after that. It'll probably be a couple of weeks. It might be 3 weeks. And trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, and I also got some other stuff I'm working on for member exclusive videos as well. So I've been all over the place. Anyway, Victor Creed coming through with the $2 super chat says, I would like the sister from Joker. Oh, I get what you're talking about. You're talking about Zazie Beetz. Is that what you're talking about? Zazie Beetz, who played Domino in Deadpool 2. Yeah, I think that's where I don't know. Cause see, here's the weird thing you get into when you start talking about Storm. And I noticed this when I made the video for Nubia. People got really in their feelings about Alexandra Shipp playing Storm in the last string of Fox X-Men movies. The Foxmen movies, some may call them. And that's fine. I didn't think she was bad. But people were upset because she's biracial, and also they said she was too light-skinned. Well, Zazie Beetz is pretty light-skinned. Actually, she's lighter complected than Alexandra Shipp. So it's one of those situations where, like, I don't like to get into the whole colorism thing. I know there's some people that, like, I think sometimes people forget that Africans come in all different shades, especially nowadays. This isn't Wakanda. This isn't, it's not that. I mean, Africa has a lot of different shades to it. I have met people from Africa who come in very many different shades, just as many as black people do who are natively from the United States. So I don't really have that issue as far as, like, I don't really care about, whether or not Storm is light-skinned, dark-skinned, whatever, because honestly, throughout the years in her comics history, depending on who's drawing and or coloring her, I've seen Storm be so many different shades of black and brown, it's not even funny. I've been reading comics for, God, dude, I'm 37. So I've been reading comics for roughly 33 years. And, yeah. She's never consistently been the same color. Ever. So yeah, I don't really give a shit. But, that said, yeah, it's, and then there's the height thing. I know people are upset about the height, because I think Janelle Monae, she is 5 foot dead even. Which, that's problematic to, some people, because, Storm is, for all intents and purposes, Storm is tall. But, let's see here. Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, Janelle Monae is, let's see. Let's pull up her height. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, she is 5 foot tall. Yeah, they would have to do some crazy perspective shots. I don't know. Zazie Beetz is 5'6", so she's taller. And not only that, if I'm not mistaken, Yetide Badaki from American Gods, she's also been kind of actively back campaigning. I think she's kind of splitting the difference. She's like 5'3.5". Honestly, at the end of the day, it's fucking movie magic. Anyone who's seen Lord of the Rings knows that camera tricks and perspective can make people look taller. They've used that shit for years to make Tom Cruise look like he is taller than most of the women that he has slept with in movies. Tom Cruise is short. So we got Redbird 101 with the $5 super chat says, I didn't think Janelle would ever play Storm, but I think if she gets the part, she will do a good job. I agree. I don't think she's going to get it. Just because you actively campaign for something does not mean you're going to get it. Not everybody has that Beyonce power. And, Beyonce just walks into Disney and says, I want to play Nala in Lion King. And they're like, okay. No, that's not everybody has that power. But I would not be upset if if they cast Janelle Monae as Storm. I would be perfectly fine with it. I think it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. And honestly, I don't care about the looks of the actor so much as I care about the acting ability, because that person has to make me believe they are who they say they are. And that's why I always get flustered with people. I don't really get flustered. It's really more funny to me than anything else. The running gag about, Michael Jai White. Why did you pick Michael Jai White? Why didn't you pick Michael Jai White when I do my little fan castings and whatever? It's like, I didn't pick Michael Jai White because he's not that great an actor. He's a good actor, but he's not great. Like, I have people like, man, why'd you pick Michael Jai White to play Blue Marvel? Because there's no way on earth that Michael Jai White would convince me that he is one of the smartest men on the planet. Not saying he's not smart, but just saying that he couldn't convince me. Same with, people said the same thing about Mr. Terrific. Oh, why'd you pick Michael Jai White for Mr. Terrific? Same reason. You're not going to convince me that he is, once again, one of the smartest men on the planet. Like, people only think about the one aspect of a character. They only think about the physical aspect. If you only focus on the physical aspect of the character, then you're missing the actual meat of the character that keeps you there for the story. It's kind of like when people got tilted about Mahershala Ali playing Blade. It's like, dude, get over it. It's Blade. Blade, yes, the fighting and all that other stuff, the combat, the martial arts prowess, yeah, that stuff's important. But what's more important is that Blade actually act like Blade. And I would rather have an actor of the caliber of Mahershala Ali who could actually bring that kind of charisma and acting chops to that role and make it believable. You can teach a motherfucker how to fight. Keanu Reeves didn't really know Kung Fu in Matrix. All those motherfuckers had to be taught. Like, they weren't able to fight the way you actually saw them fight in the Matrix. All of those people. I guarantee you. Carrie Ann Moss had to be taught. Larry Fishburne had to be taught. You can teach people how to fight. It's not hard. It is not difficult. It is actually way easier to teach somebody how to fight than it is to teach them how to act. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Like, you can look at even some great actors who have transitioned from, like, other mediums into acting. If you look at their body of work, you'll notice that, yeah, they probably, even the great ones, even The Rock, started off kind of rough. Like, you looked at it, it's like, oh, wow, he's not bad, but he ain't great either. And then as he's gone along, it's like, oh, wait, it's The Rock. He's got this. As he goes along, he wasn't always that good. Yeah, and even then, in a lot of cases, he's really just being himself. Just, dialed up. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure that it's also important that, your actor is not beating the shit out of the people who are on the set with him. So there's that too. No shade at, Wesley Snipes, but just saying. Let's see here. Was it SFC Cape Killer coming through the $5 super chat says, can I get a motherfucker always trying to ice skate uphill? Yes, you can.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
You goddamn right. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yeah, Scorpion King. Yeah, motherfuckers forgot about Scorpion King, didn't you? Look, and I'm talking about I'm not just talking about where he played the Scorpion King in The Mummy. Returns. I'm talking about the actual Scorpion King movie. Walking Tall. He was just kind of there. The Rundown, he was okay. But yeah, just you don't just get like, 'cause I think when I did the zombie video, somebody brought up some MMA fighter to play zombie, and I was like, but can he act though? Can he act? I don't know if he can act. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, let's please not spam messages in the chat, please and thank you. It's not gonna make me pay any more attention to what you say in the chat than I already am. I notice things, but you know, it's just, yeah, you gotta calm down, man. You gotta calm down. Calm it down. You gotta calm it down. Okay. That said. And you know what? I liked Faster. It was good. I actually like that movie. I think it's actually one of his underrated films. But yeah, like I said, but it took time for The Rock to get to the stature, the status that he's at right now, and he's so charismatic. I think he can honestly do whatever he wanted. Honestly, I think The Rock could carry a movie by himself. And that's a difficult task. Not many people can actually do that. I actually think if you made a movie where there was no one else in it but The Rock, just one person that you are with for an entire hour and a half to 2 hours, I think The Rock could carry it. That's how good he is. But that said, Janelle Monae, yeah, could she do it? Probably. I don't know. I would say go watch this current season of Homecoming and then come back and have that discussion, because I think she did a fantastic job. in that. I want to see Antebellum. The more I see about Antebellum, the more I keep thinking, man, they need to stop showing trailers for that movie. Don't show any more fucking trailers for Antebellum. Matter of fact, don't you yourself go watch a trailer for Antebellum. Just wait it out, and wait till the movie comes out, then go see it, because I feel like they gave away way too much in the trailers for Antebellum. Let's see here. Corey Scott Johnson coming with a $10 super chat, says, Blerd, but we know plenty of dark-skinned actresses who have the talent but will never get a shot because of their color. That is true. However, that is true. I don't disagree with you there. But the thing is, a lot of the actresses who are actively campaigning for Storm are all darker women of color. I mean, you know, Janelle Monae is not the darkest skin-toned person on Earth, but I mean, she is, for all intents and purposes, she black. There's like, no one is gonna mistake her for white. No one's gonna mistake her for white. Yetide Badaki, who's also been actively campaigning for Storm, is a whole ass black woman. Yetide Badaki she is a level of black that most people don't see very often. Like, yeah, that's Yetide Badaki right there. So, I mean, yeah, is she the right height? No, but it doesn't matter. But I do agree. I do think that a woman of a darker complexion should play her, but at the same time, I want who's best for the role. I want the person who can actually make me believe. The look is only half the story. But let's see here. It says also, Corey Scott Johnson with a $5 super chat says, so when there's a role traditionally depicted as a dark-skinned women, we should fight for a dark-skinned woman. Maybe. I'm not saying that we shouldn't. What I'm saying is that no one cares about it until after the fact. Like, and it's always for ancillary reasons. Like, it's because they either don't like the actress just flat out. But I mean, yeah, if we're gonna keep it 1 billion, if we're going to keep it 1 billion, I would definitely say that, shit, she should naturally have white hair. I mean, we should say that, that she has to be, I want to look up Storm's actual height, because I know her height is not short. Let's see. Let's pull up Storm's height. Storm is billed as 5'11", depending on where you check. Yeah. She is billed at 5'11". Yep, 5'11". And that is 5'11", 145 pounds. So if that is the case, I mean, yeah, if we're really gonna split hairs, then only a 5'11" woman could play her. I mean, and the thing is, when you start really, hell, if you really want to get into it, only a native African should be playing T'Challa. T'Challa, I mean, Chadwick Boseman is theoretically not dark-skinned enough to play Black Panther. But, I mean, like I said, it's one of those things, like, I'm not gonna split hairs on it. Yeah, would I like for a darker complected woman to play her? Sure. But the thing is, the problem I have is no one keeps that same energy. Because I remember when I made my Nubia video, motherfuckers were coming to me, hating the decision, the choice that I had picked, and every actress that they picked, like as their counter argument, was some light-skinned woman. And it's like, and these are the same people who were coming at me about Storm, so it's one of those situations where, yeah, in a perfect world, I would love to see it, but I mean, how many dark-skinned 5'11" good actresses do you know? Throwing it out there. Let's see here. We got a $2 super chat from Randy Burnside. Says, was this Yvonne Orgy? Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. No. Cause see, if she played, okay, here's the thing. If Yvonne Orgy played, if she played Storm, I would consistently be hating her. I would consistently be hating her because I watched her comedy special and it took me about 30 minutes into it to remember that she is not her character from Insecure. That's, like I said, I'm not, and this is a testament to how good Yvonne Orgy is of an actress. She's good because she made me believe she was really Molly, and I fucking hate that bitch. So no, can't have her. But no, let's see who we got. Was the COBY with a $5 super chat. Says perfect example when Denzel Washington played Malcolm X. No one gave a damn about how Denzel was compared to Malcolm. That's right, it is. Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it. I remember. What was it? David Oyelowo when he played Martin Luther King in Selma. People were complaining about that. Some people saying, "Oh, he's." They complained about his complexion. I was like, God damn, dude, how about we just get the right guy for the role? Just saying. Just get the right guy for the role. And I do agree with Absolute Venom with the $1.99 super chat. If you try to please everyone, you wind up pleasing no one. And that is 1,000% true, which is why I don't believe in trying to tick, like, yeah, if you try and tick every box, somebody's going to be upset about something. Someone is going to be upset about something. All the people that cried and screamed for Angela Bassett to play Storm back in the day, had she actually been cast, then they would have complained that she's not African. It's tiresome. Like, honestly, I don't envy the people who work in the casting department in Marvel. I really don't. We got another $5 super chat from Corey Scott Johnson says, there are plenty of good dark-skinned actors. Hollywood has to put the effort to find them. I'm not saying they don't, but I think the thing that's being missed here is that if going by that logic, that just because, and once again, let's be real here. Storm is not always dark-skinned in comics. Let's keep it 1,000. She is not always dark-skinned in comics. It really just depends on the creative team at that time. I have seen her go from being light, bright, and 2 shades from white to being dark-skinned, like blue-black, like the whites of her eyes is brown. So I mean, that's one of those things, and it just depends. It just depends. But I'm not sticking with it. I'm moving on. I've spent more time on that topic than I actually wanted to. But yeah, you can't. Yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, Janelle Monae, can she do it? I think she can. Will she get the role? Who knows? Maybe. I think you could pick worse people. And I think worse people have been picked. Hell, Halle Berry was Storm. Halle Berry was Storm. Let's think about that for a second now. And I still remember that god-awful, phony, baloney African accent that she had in that first movie. Do you know what happens to a frog when it is struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. God damn, dude. Who wrote that line? Failure. Failure is what that was. Lord. Get me heated in here. Jesus. Extra coming through with a $10 super chat says, I hate Molly too, so no Yvonne. I just want the best woman, but I'm still on the fence with Janelle. That's fine. That's fine. I think that is perfectly fine, because you know what it is? This is what I tell people. I try not to let the actor, taint my opinion of the role they are playing. Case in point, I always bring up Heath Ledger as the Joker. I remember how there was literally no one in existence who wanted him to play the Joker. And then people were calling him, they kept calling him Brokeback Joker. They kept calling him a word I don't even like to use, but F-word Joker, bundle of sticks Joker, if you get where I'm going. Or if you're in Europe, a cigarette Joker. They were basically clowning Heath Ledger, and Heath Ledger poured so much into that character, he fucking killed himself playing that character. And now he's considered the gold standard. Can't make that shit up. Can't make that shit up. Michael Keaton. Michael fucking Keaton. Man was a comedian. People said he can't be Batman. Matter of fact, those of you who are my members and have seen my Vixen video, I actually could give you somebody. Hell, y'all want a motherfucker that's the right height. y'all not the right height, but y'all want a tall, dark-skinned actress who can actually act. Shit. Look, y'all want a dark-skinned actress who isn't like 5 foot nothing, playing playing Storm. Shit, I'll throw one your way. Hell, chick on the right, Zainab Johnson, chick on the right. There you go. There's your actress. There you go. Boom. She could play that motherfucker for all I care. As long as she can actually do the fucking part. If she could do the fucking part, I don't care. That is what I care about. Can you make me believe that you were Storm when you're sitting up there on that on top of the goddamn Blackbird and you're sitting there going, "I Storm, mistress of the If you can make me if you can chant that shit and make me believe it, fuck it. You got the job. You got the job. Go ahead.
Cut the check.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's see, we got Grace of Red with the 199 super chat says, because color artists don't know how to shade people of color. That is true, but I would also say that, hell, even in comics where they actually do have people of color working on color, sometimes they don't do it right either. Honestly, it's creative choice. Just is what it is. But no one's actually come out and given an actual color grade for what Storm is supposed to be. Just is what it is. Anyway, moving on. Let's see here. Dominic Coles, thank you for that $5 super chat, but you literally just asked about the chick we were literally just talking about. We were literally just talking about Yvonne Orgy and how we said no. I will read your question, though. What about the chick that plays Molly from Insecure? That is Yvonne Orgy. Let's see. She also got deep African roots and seems decently tall. Yes. However, no, I'm good. And as for Cliff Allure, $4.99 super chat. Jodie Turner Smith is my pick. Don't know who she is, but I will look her up and give you my answer. But yeah, no more Storm. We have other shit to talk about, and I don't want to be here for 4 hours again like I was last time. Let's see. Let us see. What has she been in? Let's see. Okay, yeah, Queen and Slim. Okay, yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Maybe. We'll see. Let's keep it moving. We got some news coming out of the rumor mill. This actually comes from DCEU Mythic. There's a rumor on the campfire that Warner Brothers is already plotting to reboot the Justice League. And by Justice League, I mean the actual movie. Like the movie that we got, what was that, 2017's Justice League. They are already talking about rebooting that movie. Javon Hudson, $2 super chat says, can you speak on Doom Patrol? No, I cannot. I have not watched any of the new season. So, sorry. I can say that I really enjoyed the first season, which I've often said a lot on this channel. And in previous videos and streams, but sadly at this particular moment, I cannot talk about season 2. I've seen nothing. I just have not had the time. Lately, most of my time has been taken up with shows that don't last longer than maybe 22 minutes, because I can watch them, get in and out. But when I do sit down and watch Doom Patrol, I will talk about it. Matter of fact, if I do, I actually might make it a member exclusive. So there you go. I'll probably talk about it briefly on here, but for a member exclusive, I'll go more in depth. But thank you for the super chat, though. Thank you. Let's see here. Now, I don't know how this shit's gonna work. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna work because these guys are out here struggling. This is what I'm talking about when you're trying to please everyone, you wind up pleasing no one. That's kind of that's what's happening here. And feel like Warner Brothers is doing everything in their power to try and check off all the boxes that people keep bringing to their attention. Well, hey, we want the movies to not be as dark. We want the movies to be a little bit more lighthearted, but not too lighthearted. We want this character, but not that character, and we want this character to be done one way, but not exactly this way. Like you're playing, you're jumping from one foot to the other, trying to do all these different things, and you're gonna wind up like really just having a movie that is by committee, no different than the movie that we already got, which was already by committee. But basically what they're saying is, according to DCU Mythic, the film will have no connection to either 2017's Justice League or the forthcoming Zack Snyder's Justice League, which just seems like a waste, if you ask me, but whatever. And he says it's also unclear who will comprise the team's roster, what the story will center on, and who Warner Brothers is eyeing to lead the project from a creative standpoint. Now, let's get it. Let's go ahead and clear the air right here. Just because they said that they want this to be a reboot under the title of DC, not DC Rebirth, but of Justice League Rebirth, that does not mean it's going to have shit to do with the actual Rebirth comics. We all know how they do this shit. They always do it where they take a name of a popular storyline they know comic fans will be like, oh, hey, I know that storyline. But it's also a title that would sound sexy to someone that isn't exactly aware of the comics. So, like, case of, let's see, let's look at the case of, let's use Avengers Age of Ultron. Comics fans know what that story is. People who don't, they just don't. But they'll see that name and go, oh, Avengers Age of Ultron. Huh, okay. Then you go to Captain America Civil War, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Thor Ragnarok. Even if people don't know what those comic storylines actually are, general audiences will see those subtitles and go, okay, yeah, this sounds serious. And that's why they do that shit. I doubt it would have anything to do with the actual DC Rebirth comics. It will probably not at all. Let's see here. We got, oh god, that's a long name. Let's see. C.A. Electra, leader of Atos African Black Solutions, with the $5 super chat, says, Janelle is anti-male and doesn't like to be sexually appealing to men. Wow, you are on some Hotep shit. Wow. Yeah, you are an angry person. A very angry person. Yeah. Interesting. I don't think Janelle Monae is anti-male. I just don't think she likes fucking with, like, ashy-ankled motherfuckers like you. But, hey, what are you gonna do? Anyway. Sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry, man. I'm sorry. But man, when your ankles is ashy, I get why you feel that way. Damn. Anyway, look, I just want to let it be known. Never say that Ernie is unfair. If you super chat some shit that's on that Fox News bullshit, just because you paid me money does not mean that I won't clown you. Look, man, get some cocoa butter for them ashy ankles and knees, my guy, man. You're gonna be all right. See, this is how I know. Like, I always wonder, can we, aside for a second, I just want to bring this up. Do motherfuckers like this actually get laid? I have questions. Do motherfuckers like this actually get pussy? Because I don't see how. Sir, this is a Wendy's. It is, right? I'm just saying. Look, I'm sorry, and I know, and you know what? I want to apologize to the chat. I want to apologize to the chat. Not wait with the $2 super chat says Ernie, a man of integrity. Yes. Look, I just want to be real with y'all though. Thank you. I just want to be real with y'all though. Look, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I want to apologize to the chat because I feel like I have invited something into the house of Blerd, into the Blerd delegation, into Blerd Koa that is just not okay. I know some of my last few Blerd caves, I've gotten spicy. I've talked some wild shit, you know, and I feel like this channel has always been at least moderately black focused, but I feel like of late, I think the anger that I've had, especially, you know, and still have, I'm just not letting it consume me, because I think hatred is something that is a useful tool. If you don't let it use you, you use it instead. So I know it has attracted a lot of hoteps to this channel. They think, oh yeah, he's one of us. He's finally turned to the dark side. He's finally got the ashy ankles and the ashy elbows that will allow him to elevate himself to the next level, the next upper echelon of cosmic hotepery. No, I have not. I mean, yeah, I will, full disclosure, I literally woke up right before I hit the live button. So my ankles are a little ashy right now, but I got some lotion that's gonna hit these ankles here as soon as we get off the cave. But but yeah, basically, yes, I know. Yes, I have been angry, and I know a lot of things I have said have probably maybe made people think that I'm somebody that I'm actually not. I'm not. Like, normally, anyone who's been with my channel for any stretch of time, you probably know this by now. You know that, typically, I'm actually pretty lighthearted. I'm usually very positive, usually I'm almost too positive sometimes. But I think people have seen the anger over, you know, in the wake of the executions of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Robert Fuller, that shit where they're still trying to rule that shit as a fucking suicide. All the other black people have been hung across this country. They are that they're trying to pass off as suicides, which I'm sorry. I've said this multiple times, and I'm not trying to get sympathy, but as a black man who has dealt with depression and anxiety and has on multiple occasions in the past considered suicide, hanging myself was never an option. No. Never once. I thought about slitting my own wrist. I thought about taking a shit ton of pills. I thought about electrocuting myself in a fucking bathtub. I thought about throwing myself off a fucking bridge into the Mississippi River, which if you hit the Mississippi River, you'll never be seen or heard from again. I thought about shooting myself. I thought about driving my car off a ledge, or even gassing myself, like with CO2 poisoning, shit like that. Never once did I consider hanging myself. So, no. You ever see a black man or a black woman swinging from a tree? No, they didn't do that. Anyway, I apologize that I have invited this fuckery to our doorstep. I didn't intend to. Yeah, let alone publicly. No, I would not hang myself publicly either. Yeah, we just don't. Let's see, yeah. No, we don't do that. No. No. Because that's something that's, it's... Okay, so... We're getting way off in the fucking weeds, but... It has been proven that trauma, PTSD, traumatic events, traumatic things that like just terrible things that have happened to your ancestors can actually be passed down to you. Trauma can be passed down from generation to generation to generation. And I don't mean just by like word of mouth. I'm talking about genetically. There's not a black person on this earth that I have ever met in my entire fucking life who's ever, and I actually know some black people who've committed suicide. Not a goddamn one of them have ever hung themselves. And I'm not trying to sound racist, but I'm going to be honest with you. That's a white person's way out. That is a white person's way out. I'm sorry. Black people don't do that shit. We have way too much generational trauma to hang ourselves. And that's that. And I'm right there with you, Lemon. It's Hoteppery is basically some ignorant shit. That's some shit that lets me know. When I meet Hoteps, I'm like, dude, you ain't smart. They got people that tap the dark side for me. Hey, Kira got me. Kira's like, no, I got you, man. I got you. You say you need to apologize for my ashy ankles. Look, hey, like I said, like right now, I'm like, look, man, these some shea butter gonna hit these ankles later. Please believe that. Ain't nobody about to see these ankles till some shea butter hit it. Right, and yes, Blackfang said it. That's actually what it is. Ancestral memory. You have the memory of your ancestors. Your ancestors that have suffered trauma and seen trauma, witnessed trauma, experienced trauma. You have that trauma by virtue of just simply existing in that bloodline. So, it is a thing. It's a thing. Yes. The Watchmen show does deal with it as well. Yes. 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 Why Hotep though? Honestly, you know, I don't have, you know what, honestly, this ain't the show, and this ain't the time. Because we got way too much other shit to get into. Let's talk about something that's anti-Hotep. I will say though, if you really, I will let someone else in the chat explain Hotep for us, because I just don't. Yeah, it's basically because honestly, it's one of those terms that Hotep in and of itself does mean something different than what we are talking about. The most I will say about it is that the term is actually kind of used as like kind of a misnomer. But yeah, you see all those memes of the guys wearing the African hats, and they're just talking all kind of crazy bullshit. Yeah, there you go. It's a very misused term, yes. But it's the only one I got. I usually just call them crazy motherfuckers. That's what I usually call them. But when you say Hotep, motherfuckers know what you're talking about. You know what? Let's talk about this real quick. You know, for those of you who are keeping up with my my member exclusive early access videos and stuff like that, I do want to let you know. That there's going to be a correction. Well, it's not a correction. There's going to be a note in the comments amended to the Spawn video that I have released to members, because it literally, right as I hit the post button, like, I don't know, actually about a day after I hit the post button, actually is more accurate. But right after, I think the day after I posted the video for the breakdown of Spawn, a day later, something I talked about in that video became untrue. I can't make this up. So there's a part of the Spawn video where I address the legendary issue of Spawn number 10. Spawn number 10 is it's a revolutionary comic because it was back at a time where Image was still really young and just didn't give a fuck. And I don't have here. Give me a sec. I want to pull something up because there's a there's a thing I want to be able to show you that is important. Where's my video?
What is...
There we go. There we go. Let's kill that. We'll kill that. Y'all literally heard the opening to a video. And I had to shut it down about as quick as it came up. Okay, there you go. Because I don't really have a good picture of it otherwise. But y'all are actually getting a sneak peek. Y'all are actually about to get a sneak peek into the world of Blerd Without Fear. Behind the scenes. This is behind the scenes bullshit. But most people will remember the scene in question here. Most people remember the scene in question from this comic. And it's one of two reasons why this comic is no longer in print, but is about to be. Here, there you go. This scene right here, where you see various and sundry Marvel Comics and DC Comics characters. You see, like, yeah, there's so many. There's almost too many. You can see Wonder Woman, Batman, Shazam. You can see Venom, Spider-Man, Superman, Wonder Man, Joker, Captain America. You can see Flash, Hulk, The Thing, Dr. Octopus, all that stuff. That was a part of it. And then, of course, as you kind of, like, go along, there's also a part where you see Superman. There's also a part where you see Superman. Very clearly, it is very obviously Superman. And not only did they do that, but they also... Not only did they do that, they also had this issue. And it was a guy by the name of Dave Sim, who lended his character Cerebus to the comic. And Dave Sim... kind of problematic. He has some really fucked up views. Kind of very similar to the guy that we just got super chat from a little bit earlier that I was making fun of. But basically, yeah. Dave Sim, he is going to be bringing back this issue. He's actually be reprinting Spawn number 10. And he's also going to be doing it with new covers. Now, this is only interesting for one reason, and it's because this comic is out of print. It's actually no longer considered canon. It Spawn's character history. This comic is, for all intents and purposes, now just kind of an Elseworlds issue. If you ever go and look up the trade paperbacks for Spawn, especially the updated ones, you won't find this comic in there. Dave Sims, he's a fucking awful motherfucker. He's awful sub-bitch. He bad. He bad. But, basically, what he's gone on to say that Todd McFarlane and I have always had a reciprocal agreement that he can print Spawn number 10 and sell it anywhere and not compensate me for Cerebus being in it, and I can do Spawn number 10 anytime that I want and not compensate Todd or Todd McFarlane Production for having Spawn in it. We've decided to do a Waverly Press Spawn number 10, Sim said, explaining how he's allowed to reprint the issue in question. He also said that he'll be providing 10 brand new covers for the comic, some of which are already completed. I'm going to do a new Spawn number 10 cover, hopefully doing 3 Spawn number 10 covers, he said. I'm going to do Cerebus and Spawn on the cover, but most of it's going to be the superhero arms sticking out through the bars, and that I'm doing as Neil Adams, and I've got all my Neil Adams out that I'm doing through the magnifying glass. So they haven't released a date for this yet, but just know it is a thing that is going to happen. And yeah. So by the time I release the Spawn video, the bit that I'm talking about is going to be... It's still true. It's not canon. But... And I guess technically the comic would technically still be out of print. It would not be an original print of that comic. Let's put it that way. But yeah, would it be worth anything? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe, but not as much as an actual original OG, triple OG copy, original recipe copy of Spawn number 10. Yeah, God no. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's fine. I mean, I think people should get an opportunity to, is it getting that last bit of blood from the stone? Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. It's like, man, I gotta get that last bit. Yeah, let's get into, I want to get into some lighthearted stuff here for a minute. A lot of you guys know, those of you can see behind me, I've talked about this on multiple occasions. I'm a huge board game fanatic. Love board games. And something slid across my desk the other day, a few days ago, actually. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the board game, the Disney board game Villainous. It's a game where you basically play as Disney villains. I believe you play as like Ursula, Scar. I think Scar's in the expansion, maybe. I can't remember. Anyway, point of the matter is, you're playing as Disney villains. I think Gaston is one of them. Maleficent, so on and so forth. Well, they have now made an announcement that Marvel is getting their own version of Disney, the Disney Villainous game called Marvel Villainous. It actually looks really cool. Looks really cool. I'm actually kind of hyped for this. But you can see here, very prominently on the front, you can see the big bad booty daddy, Thanos, in all his glory, in all his propers on the front. You can also see that, you know, there's also different icons. And before anybody asks, they use these same type of icons for the other games. So you're not actually getting miniatures of the actual characters. Like, they're kind of like mock-up statues. Like, I guess kind of like homages to the characters. But as you can probably tell, you can see Ultron. This one is Thanos. You've also got Hela. You've also got Killmonger. And oddly enough, even though his movie's not out yet, but it was supposed to be out by now, you've also got Taskmaster. Taskmaster will also be playable. But they go on to say that this game, it's basically supposed to be like a spin-off of this series. But it's made by Prospero Hall and is being published by Ravensburger fans. And basically it should be out in a couple of weeks, July the 26th. But looks like it'll be, it looks like it's not going to be a Target exclusive, but you can pre-order the game at Target, because I've seen the game on Amazon, so yeah, you can get it anywhere. But you can kind of see, like, basically, you know, the cards you're going to be going up against are going to be hero cards. I think it's actually funny that they put Thanos here, Black Widow there. Interesting. But you can kind of see here, not a lot of bits to this one, which I always find is a very good thing. I don't like a lot of bits in my board games, but it looks cool. I'm here for it. I like I will say this, regardless of what your level of Disney fandom is, if you are a fan of board games, Villainous is a really fun game. It's a very fun game. And you can kind of see here right now, you know, some of the pieces on the board. Hela, Killmonger right there. I mean, like I said, looks cool. I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. But, oh, wow, dude, actually, I like this part, too, because you actually got some really cool, I actually didn't see this part earlier. They actually got some really cool cards of characters that aren't even in the MCU. So, that's actually pretty cool. I actually think that's really fucking cool. That's way more than I expected them to do. But yeah, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Of course, you guys know, I love board games. I'll probably be getting it. I'll also probably be getting the Tabletop Simulator mod for it as well, because, you know, why the fuck not? LJ Presses, where's your Spawn board game? Nah, I have a Hellboy board game, though. I do have the Hellboy board game. I got that motherfucker. I got that one. It's a big-ass box, too. Box like that tall, that wide. Heck, matter of fact, you can't really see it from this angle, but it's actually right there. Like, it's literally right there. I've also got two different versions of Ninja Turtles. You can actually see some of the expansions right here. I've also got some Resident Evil 2, the board game. And I've got I have two different Batman board games. Now I think about it. We've got a Scott Pilgrim board game. So yeah. And of course there's Marvel Legendary. So I have a lot of board games. Way too many. Tabletop Simulator? Yes, I did. I did say Tabletop Simulator Absolute Venom. I did. Yes, I did. Let's see here. Yes. Yes, Dark Angel. I said Tabletop Simulator. They typically, if you have Tabletop Simulator, they put a lot of those games. They put them on there. Modders go on and put it on there. Like, for those of you who've never played, like, here, let's see. Let's go to images. Boom, 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 pow. But yeah, if you've ever played Marvel Legendary, and for those who have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about, this is it right. These are like some of the cards from Marvel Legendary. These are just random cards. Some of these don't even have anything one to do with each other. But it's a deck building game, and they actually have this game on Tabletop Simulator. Really fun game. My wife and I play it all the fucking time. Really good game. It's actually one of her favorite games to play is Marvel Legendary. There's also the DC deck building game as well. I like that one too, but for different reasons. I don't think it's as fun as Legendary, but I also like Marvel characters more anyway, so that's kind of why I play that one more. Let's see here. Yeah, no, it's definitely not entirely legal, but it is fun. It is not entirely legal. Let's see, what is this? So I heard a rumor you're cast in the CW version of Metron. No one told me about it. No one told me about it. If I am, I want my check. I want my check. God damn it. I will have you know, I want my motherfucking check. Pay me. Pay me what I'm owed. Pay me what I'm owed, god damn it, and I will do it. I want my money. Give me my bag. But no, all right, let's get into some other stuff here because we still got a lot of stuff to go through. Not a lot of time. Stargirl. Stargirl has landed its second season, and it will be leaving DC Universe to head for the CW. Stargirl has been kind of a surprise hit for the CW. I don't think CW realized Stargirl was going to do as well as it did. It was originally only supposed to be a DC Universe show, and then somewhere down the road they decided, well, this DC Universe thing ain't working out. They went ahead and decided to put the show on the CW and DC Universe simultaneously. I think like DC Universe gets it first, and then CW gets it, or I forget, I don't know. But this is actually kind of spelling the end for the DC Universe app, because they've already got Doom Patrol on HBO Max. Harley Quinn is already coming to HBO Max as well. There's also rumor that there's also other various and sundry other shows that are likely going to be coming to HBO Max as well. Yeah, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. Here, let me see something. As a matter of fact, here, because we'll go ahead and we'll get this. I want to get this story. Want to make sure I get this story too, just in case, because this is some other stuff that's technically been hitting the wire. We've also got the Batman spinoff that's also been talked about apparently. Let's see here. Not only do we have Supergirl leaving the DC Universe app and heading to the CW, we've also got a Batman spinoff that's basically going to be focused on the Gotham PD, which is funny because I felt we already got that show and it was called Gotham, but apparently there's going to be a Gotham PD series or GCPD series coming to HBO Max. So I mean, right now, DC is basically just bolstering their ranks with content. They're jumping on the stuff that apparently is successful, and they're also throwing in stuff that they think will be successful. I honestly don't think you need another Gotham show. Just saying. But whatever. Let's see. They're saying right now, this was actually updated today. So basically it says that, yesterday it was reported that Warner Brothers has ordered a spin-off TV series for Matt Reeves' The Batman, focused on the members of the Gotham City Police Department that will be exclusive to HBO Max. And apparently, according to Justin Kroll from Variety, they said no idea if Pats, and he's referring to Robert Pattinson, will make an appearance. But what I have learned is that it will be set before The Batman is set and dive into how Gotham became corrupt and infested with criminals. We've already gotten that show. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, this is actually the update. This is actually the updated part of it. So you all kind of know everything that everybody else knows now. But is that show going to be good? I don't know. I wasn't really the biggest fan of Gotham to begin with. So if anything, they could make a better show. There's not really a whole lot that can be said about it. But I will say in regards to just what they're doing with their television series, I mean, yeah, just keep telling good stories. Honestly, focus on characters. I think Stargirl is a very good example. Focus on characters people don't know about. And by people don't know about, I mean general audiences don't know about. Stargirl is one of those series that, yeah, comics fans know who Stargirl is most likely. They probably know about the Justice Society of America, the Injustice Society of America, so the JSA and the ISA. They will likely know this stuff, but general audiences won't. And that's kind of where I think DC is fucking up. They are not banking on characters that people don't know about. They're so hung up on Batman, Superman. They're not thinking about the bigger picture. Like, honestly, if you were going to do a prequel series or some kind of spin-off series of something, me personally, I probably would have said, maybe let's get away from Batman. Let's maybe make a, how about we make a TV series about, the Green Lanterns. Like, they're trying to make this Green Lantern Corps movie. How about just make it a TV show? Maybe that would be easier. I don't know. It would require a bigger budget. I mean, technically they are making a Green Lantern TV series, but I mean, just the same, I feel like that's what, they should be, focusing on, which I think that series is going to be HBO Max. They tried with Swamp Thing, but they, of course, Swamp Thing, that ended for reasons that had nothing to do with viewership. And I know Justice League Dark, they got some projects with Justice League Dark coming up, but you can make an Etrigan the Demon show. You can make, like, once again, I keep saying this, you can make a Vixen or a Nubia show. You could make all these different TV shows that you could be possibly doing, and they're not doing it. You need to bank on the characters that comics fans know, but general audiences don't. Because I think that's honestly where Stargirl shines. Stargirl is actually mostly accurate to the comics, but it takes just the right steps in changes away from the comics that it works. So, like, the whole thing, like, in the comics, Shiv is kind of a throwaway character, but they actually made the character more compelling and interesting on the show because you have more time to develop a fucking character. They're with Brainwave Jr., they have found a way to make Brainwave's son more interesting than his comic book counterpart. Icicle, more interesting than his comic book counterpart. Dragon King has more going on and has more nuance in his character than his comic book counterpart. Stargirl has just as much personality, if not maybe a little more so, than her comic book counterpart. And of course, you know, the newer versions of the JSA characters like Hourman and Dr. Midnight and Wildcat and so on and so forth. Those characters, though they are younger than their actual comics counterparts, they still work. That is what you need to be doing. That is what DC needs to be doing. Let's see here. Let's keep it pushing. Yeah, dude. Blue Beetle. Matter of fact, how long have they been talking about making a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle series? Or just a Blue Beetle series? Or just a Booster Gold series? Why have we not done this already? Hell, I don't even care if you put them on the same show. They can have a separate show. You can give me Jaime Reyes right now. I'd watch it. Yeah, Plastic Man. Red Hood, somebody. Shit. Just, like, honestly, somebody that's not Batman or Superman. That's what I'm sick and tired of Batman. And I'm sick and tired of Superman. I don't need them anymore. Let those motherfuckers take a knee. Like, honestly, that's why when everybody was freaking out about DC Comics and the whole 5G thing, and like, oh my god, they're gonna take away Batman and Superman. They're gonna... I don't know if y'all noticed, but I didn't shed one tear. I was actually kind of looking forward to it. I'm so fucking sick of Batman and Superman. I'm sick of Batman being on the cover of 9 different comics every week. I'm sick and tired of Superman. Let these fucking characters move on. Let them fucking move on like they were originally intended to. I'm done. I don't give a fuck about Batman. I used to really love Batman. I fucking hate him now. I fucking hate him. Yeah, Dr. Fate. They literally, okay, first off, Dr. Fate, Jakeem, Alan Scott have all been teased on Stargirl on multiple occasions. They really don't give a fuck. They really don't. Oh god, just no more Batman, please. Like, can we get I feel like Batman should only have a movie once every, like, generation. I don't need 18 Batman. Like, how many Batman movies? I want to look this up. I'm gonna look this up. Let's see here. So if you include the original movie directed by Tim Burton, and I'm talking about just straight up Batman movies. I'm not talking about movies that happen to have Batman in them. Like straight up Batman movies. Okay, so I'm actually going to count the Adam West Burt Ward one. That one, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. You got Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises. That's 8 right there, right off the rip. Let's see. And then we got The Batman coming out. I haven't even brought up the animated ones yet. We're already at fucking 9, for Christ's sakes. And honestly, if you really want to be honest, Batman v Superman is technically a Batman movie. It has nothing to do with Superman. Batman v Superman is honestly more of a Batman movie than anything else. So that's 10. It's 10 fucking movies. In my lifetime alone. Actually, technically, the Adam West Burt Ward, the 1965, I think it was 65, Batman movie, that is before my time. But even then, God damn, that's still 9 fucking movies. And then you gotta talk about Batman Bad Blood, Justice League Doom, which is technically a Batman movie, more than it is even a Justice League movie. You gotta talk about, what was it, Batman and Son, Batman and Robin the animated, or Batman versus Robin, I mean. What was it, Batman versus the fucking Ninja Turtles, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, Batman Sub-Zero, Batman and Mystery of the Batwoman. I'm fucking done. I can't do it anymore. No more Batman. Batman is cut off. I don't want to talk about that motherfucker. No more. Okay? No more, please. Done. Oh, Batman Ninja. For Christ's sakes, I forgot about Batman Ninja. God, Jesus. I just can't do it anymore. Oh, was that LJ back coming to the $10 super chat says, "Get him, Blerd! Get him!" Thank you, LJ. As the absolute veteran with the $4.99 super chat says, "Is someone gonna give my man Swamp Thing his just due?" Man, I hope so. I heard that he is going to be on the Justice League Dark TV series or movie or whatever the fuck it is that's coming out. I hope. Let's see. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh yeah, don't get me started on Batman Ninja. Oh, don't get me started on Batman Ninja. Oh my God. I fucking hate that movie. I hate Batman Ninja. Dude, they really are, dude. They are milking Batman like GTA fucking 5. You know what? Jesus Christ. Well, let's get into some weird news. This one comes from Illuminati. Now, I don't get to do this very often, but we're gonna talk about some Power Rangers for a minute. Hasbro apparently, this is as of July the 8th. I don't know. I don't think there's been any changes. I don't think there's any changes on this to any degree, but Hasbro has basically terminated their partnership with Toei. Now, for those who don't know, Toei is the company that makes the Super Sentai series that Power Rangers is based on. So, that said, this is kind of a big deal because Hasbro, they literally have only had the license, what, a year? No, not a year. It's actually been 2, maybe 3 years, I believe. Because Beast Morphers was their first show, which, Beast Morphers, if I'm not mistaken, is, oh God, I don't remember the full name of the show. I think it's Tokusou Sentai Go Busters, or is it Tokame Sentai Go Busters? Either way, it's fucking Go Busters. And yeah, so Hasbro is terminating that partnership. Which basically means Power Rangers is going to get real weird in the next little bit. So basically Illuminati has recently got word that Hasbro will reportedly not be continuing their partnership with Toei, including the usage of footage from Super Sentai for the Power Rangers television series. This means that according to our sources, Super Sentai will no longer be a factor in production for Power Rangers. Now, okay, so for those who don't understand what that means, real quick, I want to explain it. So whenever you watch Power Rangers, most of the times actually, if you go back to the original, like, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, if the characters were not in the Ranger suits, it was very likely Super Sentai footage. You could always tell when it wasn't, because and the Green Ranger is actually what gave it away. The Green Ranger's costume would slightly change whenever they switched from using Super Sentai footage. Here, let me see if I can find it. So, case in point. Here's how you could always tell. Here. Let me pull it up. Pull it up. And here we go. That's not what I wanted to do, but sure, we'll go with it. Open image, a new tab. There we go. That's better. Okay, so you could always tell, because if the footage was actually, like, from Japan, if it was the actual Super Sentai footage, Tommy's costume would look more like this, with more firm shoulder pads on the Dragon Shield. Like, the Dragon Shield actually looked sturdy in the Japanese footage. Now, if it was the American footage, you would see this right here. See how it looks more shiny and it's very bendy? It looks like something you get from Party City. That's how you could always tell what was the American shot footage versus the Japanese shot footage. That's how you could always tell. Now that we're talking, about this, you go back and look at it. Yes, they are no longer going to be using the Super Sentai footage. And I believe this termination ends after Dino Fury, which is based off of Kishiryu Sentai Ryu Soldier. Which is the, it's not the most recent, because Kira Major is the current season of Super Sentai, but it was the season before Kira Major. So yeah, like the 43rd season of Super Sentai. Anyways, let's see here. Yeah, they say, our sources are also telling us this could mean that 2021's Power Rangers Dino Fury will be the last season of the long-running franchise after the contract with Nickelodeon expires. Okay, so, basically what we're looking at here, they said it's also important to note that production for the Power Rangers franchise has moved from AllSpark to another Hasbro subsidiary, E1. This transition can mean multiple things for Power Rangers. E1 is known for the popular children's animated series, Peppa Pig, so it's possible that an animated adaptation could be in the works. That was not explicitly confirmed by our sources, however. And then they go on to say that there are plenty of places, and for those who are curious, this footage right here, these images you see, this is what Dino Fury will look like when it comes out. This is actually Kishiryu Sentai Ryu Soldier, which is what Dino Fury will be based on. But they're saying, Illuminati is positing that, basically what you're going to be looking at is potential animated series, them going back to just the original Mighty Morphin stuff, or basing their stuff off the Boom Studios comic books. I don't know. But Hasbro has been very vocal about the fact they still intend to make a movie based on Power Rangers. So, I don't know. Or maybe this could just mean that they're just going to start making their own original Power Rangers series that don't have shit to do with the Super Sentai ones. Which, honestly, I think is perfectly fine. Because I think I have always been very vocal whenever I talk about Power Rangers, that if I have my say in the matter, if you put two things in front of me, if you put two Power Ranger seasons, or if you put the Super Sentai season in front of me and the corresponding Power Ranger season in front of me, I will always pick the Super Sentai season, because it's always going to be better. There's only one case that I can think of that I can make for a Power Ranger season being better than its Super Sentai counterpart, and that's SPD. And SPD is only, like, barely better. So, yeah. And it's only because I think SPD's story is a little bit more focused than Deca Ranger's story. So, yeah. But, that said, we still are going to be getting Power Rangers. We do still have Power Rangers Dino Fury to look forward to. And as you can see, was a Den of Geek. They recently talked to Simon Bennett, who recently became the showrunner for the upcoming Power Ranger season. He basically goes on to talk about the fact that how far in advance the scripts are typically written. He says that I think that's the case. It takes a long time. It's not quick to write these scripts. There are a lot of complexities, and also the adaptation of the Sentai is tricky as well, because we have to retrofit Power Rangers around an existing Japanese TV show. One of the reasons, likely, why they are perfectly okay with moving away from this. He says that we have to spend quite a lot of time looking at the episodes that exist of the particular Sentai season that we are going to adapt, and looking at that world that the Japanese show has created, like the design and all the elements and the range of the characters. Then we have to think about how what they have given us might work for an American audience and what might not work, because there are a couple of differences between Japan and the States, and different levels of what works for 2 to 6 year olds, which is our target audience, and different cultural expectations. Now, right there when he said 2 to 6 year olds, Super Sentai is geared towards that audience as well, but it's also geared towards kids who are upwards of 13. Like, there's cursing and killing and violence on Super Sentai. Like, you will, people will say bitch, fuck, shit, all that stuff on Super Sentai. They don't say it all the time, but they usually say it when it's warranted. He goes on to say that we have to build a world that mirrors what Sentai has already created, but it's got to be fascinating and intriguing for our audience, and also generate potential for the number of episodes that we're going to write. Then once the world and the characters are designed, then we have to come up, obviously, with some arcs that run across the season, but also strong individual stories, because there's always been a directive that episodes of Power Rangers have to work on a standalone basis. There's not a huge appetite for serial threads, although the writers do try to sneak in Easter eggs for people who like to watch them in sequence and work out what's going to happen next and what the clues are. Like I said, I don't know. That's one of those situations where, and I kind of get where they're coming from. If you think about it, look at Power Rangers, Power Rangers in Space. Power Rangers in Space, they didn't have a lot to work with, because the show that it's based on, Mega Ranger, that show is about some high school students who are basically fighting enemies from a fucking video game. That's a gross oversimplification, but like their power sources come from a fucking video game. So they didn't have a lot to work with, and that's how you got a space theme from a video game theme series. So I totally get it. Sometimes you have to make some tough choices. You got to cut some stuff. And Japanese storytelling and sensibilities don't always translate to American sensibilities and storytelling. It just doesn't. But no, now, and then also talking about, he goes to talk about, how, like, focusing the show on children, but also maintaining interest for adults. He talks about the challenge of it. And he goes on to say that you're unlikely to be able to measure up to the golden memories that a lot of the super fans actually have. That's just a given. Having said that, we always try and reward the loyal, long-standing audience members with some things that are only going to mean anything to them. They won't mean much to the younger audience who are only watching the show for the first time, but it's a juggling act. It always is. The writers here in New Zealand, they are probably of a similar age to a lot of the long-running fans. And they are fans of the show themselves, and they love the canon lore. So we're always trying to throw in rewards for people who have been long-running fans of the show. Once again, this goes back to the whole thing. You try and please everyone, you wind up pleasing nobody. So they can't just focus on longtime fans, and they can't just focus on the new fans. They kind of have to strike a balance. And even if that balance is more in favor of the younger fans, it's still, there's a balance. But then they went on to ask him they basically asked him about the upcoming season. And he can't really tell you a whole heap of lot about it, but basically the one thing he's going to say is that in terms of what I intend to bring to the show, you know there are a lot of overlords for someone in my position. I don't have carte blanche to be able to say, okay, let's make this show unique, different in my vision. That's not the way television works. It's a very collaborative medium. And there are a lot of people who have input into the tone and what the show is, and so I certainly wouldn't go into this wanting to reinvent the wheel or rock the boat. What I do hope to do is come up with an exciting world, a bunch of compelling characters, a whole lot of episodes that keep people hooked and on the edge of their seat, and some surprises and twists and turns along the way. And he goes on to say that what I will be doing is bringing my skill as a drama producer and director to bear on the show and make sure the standards, in my view, remains consistently high. That's my job. What I see one of the main jobs of a creative producer being is to work closely with the writers to completely understand the vision and the intent behind the stories. Then make sure that every single person who works on the show shares that vision so that we end up with what we end up with is consistent, rather than a hodgepodge of slightly mismatched ideas. I follow it right through to the end of the process. Now, basically, he can't tell you anything about what the show's going to be about. And honestly, I don't think I can either. Because this show is probably not going to follow directly in the footsteps of Kishiryu Sentai Ryu Soldier. Kishiryu Sentai Ryu Soldier is basically a show about tribal, like a group of tribal people who are they're sacred warriors, and that sacred warriorship is passed down from generation to generation. And the current Ryu Soldier team are the latest iteration of that. They have had the mantles of their previous Rangers passed on to them, and then of course also having to fight an ancient evil that used to rule the earth long before people were around, and that ancient evil coming back and then having to take them out. That is basically, in a nutshell, what Ryu Soldier is about. But I also would direct you to Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, which has a lot in common, or rather, the show that it was based on, Ginga Man, has a lot in common with this show. It has a very similar premise. And when they adapted Ginga Man into Lost Galaxy, I think you will notice that there were a lot of differences. There were a lot of differences. There were no ancient tribal warriors turning into Rangers. It just wasn't a thing. The Star Beast and all that other shit, like, all that stuff was fucking changed. So, I don't know what the story's gonna be. And I don't know if it's gonna be good. I don't know if they're gonna phone it in because it's the final one. They wouldn't be well out of their right to do so. But that is basically what you have to look forward to from that. Let's see. They, actually, yes. I see some of y'all talking about Rita in the original series. Rita in the original series, which her name was Bandora, Evil Witch Bandora, she was a Satanist, very much so. She did have a pact with Satan, and she worshipped him, and even summoned him to fight the Z Rangers at that time. So yeah, there's that. And, of course, this one is not really so much a story. This is a PSA. This is the last story we got, and then we'll get into questions. So, some of you may remember the woman, the Karen, who, she was walking her dog in Central Park in New York. And a black man, who a lot of people, I find it really funny, no one talks about this except for comic book websites. But a black man who was a former editor for Marvel. They always talk about the fact he was a Harvard graduate. They talk about everything else about this man except the fact that he used to work for Marvel. He basically was trying to tell her, hey, you know, your dog needs to be on a leash. There's a leash law, so on and so forth. And the woman in question freaked the fuck out and went full-on Karen mode. She pulled out the Karen Infinity Gauntlet and just started just losing her shit. Well, apparently, we have some news on that. We have an update. The woman in question will now be facing criminal charges. So that's good news, because we've had a lot of instances where white people have called the police on black people just for living their best life. For doing regular, normal, everyday shit. We've had, I think even recently, someone called the police on somebody for building an addition onto their home or expanding their home on their own property. So yeah, people are just being real extra right now, and they have been for a while, but it's getting even worse. And this woman, Amy Cooper, mind you, let's put her name out there. Amy Cooper, who called the police on former Marvel Comics editor Christian Cooper, is currently facing a criminal charge. Today, our office initiated a prosecution of Amy Cooper for falsely reporting an incident in the third degree. Wow, they went for the... Okay, in the third degree. I don't know, man. I don't know. They said Manhattan's District Attorney Cyrus R. Vance Jr. said in a statement to the New York Times, "We are strongly committed to holding perpetrators of this conduct accountable. And if done, Cooper could spend up to a year in prison for the offense." Of course, yeah, I'm not going to rehash this part. Basically, you know, the whole thing, we talked about earlier, how she, Christian Cooper, the former Marvel editor, actually recorded her acting a whole monkey in the middle of Central Park, threatening to call the police, and actually calling the police, and claiming that she was being attacked. She also was yanking and damn near choking to death her own dog, which her dog was taken away from her, though she did eventually get the dog back. Yeah, but they go and say, yeah, she voluntarily surrendered her dog to Abandoned Angels Cocker Spaniel Rescue after the incident, and was also fired from her job at Franklin Templeton. She has since been reunited with the dog. And she has gone on to say that I reacted emotionally and made false assumptions about his intentions, when in fact, I was the one who was acting inappropriately by not having my dog on a leash. That is a statement that she released, and she will face arraignment on October the 14th. Now, I will say this here. I want to say something real quick before we move on. But of all of the Karens that we have had to deal with over these past couple of years now, since the first Karens walked the earth, I will give her credit in one thing and one thing only: that she apologized. That she admitted that she was on some fuck shit, and that she was the problem, not the man who she was accusing. Because in most every case that I can think of, whether it was the bitch that called the police on the folks for barbecuing, whether it was the bitch that called the police on the folks for swimming, there was another bitch who called the police on some folks for not only swimming, but also having socks on by the pool. There's another one. There's a man who tried to claim that some people weren't supposed to be at the pool for various and sundry reasons. It made no sense at the time. Dude was just being a little shit. We've had so many different, like, it's always shit like this, and it always goes the same way. These Kens and Karens, they get upset, or they get triggered or tilted by something, and they call the police. They get so upset and so in their feelings, and they're so racist, so deep-seatedly racist, they may not even realize it. And then what happens is they wind up calling the police over something the police shouldn't even be called over. Like, because they're upset about something in their life that has nothing to do with the people that they're calling the police on. And then, of course, the police being called on these people, on these black people who have done nothing wrong. You then mess around and have a scenario where you know the police are overreacting in a lot of cases where they're dealing with black individuals and people of color. So you call these police knowing that someone's probably going to get hurt. And I'm glad to see that the law is kind of at least somewhat, at least some people are recognizing this. Not saying the police are recognizing this, but, the court systems, the justice system is starting to recognize this, at least. Way too late after the fact, but still, I will give them at least that modicum, that little crumb of credit. Now, that said, this woman, I don't give a fuck that she apologized. I think she should go to jail. Okay, you apologize. You still need to go to jail. If I rob a gas station or a bank, or someone's house, if I apologize, I still have to go to jail. Just saying. I think she should still go to jail. I don't care if she apologized. I know she's apologized because she's trying to get leniency. She knows that, and maybe it's sincere, but I know a lot of times people do this because they know they'll get leniency. I remember the one bitch who called the police on the little girl who was selling bottled water outside of her apartment. She called the cops on this bitch and then hid. And made it seem like it was and she just was so proud of herself that she was calling the police on a fucking little girl. Just proud. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's bad. But I still say that no, she still got to go to jail. No. It's one of those situations where honestly, if it was me, if I was the one who if I was in Christian Cooper's situation, and she was like, they're having the press conference, and she's issuing an apology to me, to my face, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd be that salty motherfucker. I would let her say everything she got to say, and be like, and you know what? I'd be like, you know what? I appreciate your apology. Here, come here. I'd lean in, give her a hug, and then I'd whisper in her ear, "But you still finna go to jail, bitch." Don't fuck with me. Just saying. You still finna go to jail. That's exactly how that shit would fucking go. Don't fucking play with me. Don't fucking play with me on this shit. Don't fucking okay, you know what? That bitch, the cop that killed her, oh man, why am I'm forgetting I can't remember the man's name. And it's killing me right now that I don't remember his name. But she killed the man in his own home because she thought that she was in her own apartment, but she was actually in somebody else's. And the dude's was his brother. It was the dude's brother gave that woman a hug in the courtroom. I'd have done the same shit. I'd have been like, man, I would ask the judge, man, can I please give her a hug, please? And then I would have walked over, I'd have gave that bitch a hug, and I'd have leaned in and been like, you finna go to jail, bitch. Both of them John. That was his name. I couldn't remember his name to save my fucking life. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, Amber Geiger, that bitch. Yeah, that bitch. Yeah, no. She look. Cause you know what they gonna do when she get to jail? When she get to jail,
looking like a double-wide surprise.
that's what the women gonna say to her when she get to jail. They be like, well, they gonna be like,
God damn.
Y'all think I'm bullshitting. Y'all, you have to lose your job. Yes. Look, did you imagine like somebody just like sneaking up on you from behind and hitting you with this shit?
God damn.
Could you imagine a motherfucker hitting you with that shit? Nah, I'd be like, get me out of here. Get me out this motherfucker. Get me out this bitch. Look, get it right behind you and be like,
this little rabbit's hopping down the old bunny trail.
God damn. I'm dead. Was RJ said, if I die and my brother hugs my murderer without slipping a knife between their ribs, I've got to haunt him till he dies. Them's the rules. Hey, I didn't make them up. I didn't make up the rules. It just is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm sorry. I was having way too much fun with that. Let's see here. All right, let's get to some questions, man. Let's get to some questions. We got I'm gonna give us until the end of the hour for questions. Here, let me. Oh, I got a text from my wife. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go to the end of the hour on questions. And by questions I mean that includes Discord questions. So I'm not gonna have it open 24/7 for it all, but you know what I mean. Okay, and I see we already got one. Sorry, didn't mean to burp. Let's see here. Corey Scott Johnson coming through the $10 super chat says, if they stop using Sentai footage and go in the direction of creating their own product, would you be interested in it being a showrunner and creative story writer for a new season, like all black team? Hey, I would do it. Why not? Call me. Hasbro. Hit my DMs. Look, hit my motherfucking DMs. God damn it. Hit my motherfucking DMs. Y'all know where the fuck to find me. Look, don't play. Look, I'm just saying. Y'all know what time it is. I'll be in that motherfucker. Look, I will be deep in that motherfucker. Please believe that. Oh, wait a minute. We got some shiggity going on. Sorry about that, y'all. There. Okay. You know Windows. Windows is always doing Windows shit. But yeah, I mean, if they did, yeah, I would be game for it. I would be game for it 100%. I would be all in for a penny, in for a motherfucking pound. I'd be like, let's go. I would show run that shit. I'd write the fuck out of it. It'd be the best goddamn season of Power Rangers you'd ever seen in your life. Look, y'all would be watching that show and just be like,
oh my God.
It's so good. That's how y'all would be. Y'all be like, God damn. Man, y'all be like, man, God damn, Ernie out here writing his ass off. Man. The Rangers said, fuck waiting on Rita to send the monster. They went straight to the moon base and pulled up. Well, that's how y'all be. Y'all be like, oh, damn. They were like, man, he just pulled right up. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I just would have pulled right on up. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? Let's see here. Let's see. Say, can you do a video on Jessica Cruz Green Lantern? I tell you what, I will put Jessica Cruz on the list. Let's see here. Got my pin. There you go. It is written. It is written. There's lots of. I keep notes, man. When y'all tell me shit, I write it down. Man, Reggie Simmons coming through the $5 super chat just came through to say peace, fam. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Man, peace to you as well, man. I hope everybody's doing good. I really do. I really hope everybody's doing well. You and yours, please. Let's see. LJ Brown says, what is your thoughts on Alien and Predator joining Marvel Comics? Okay, I've been actually asked this a couple of times. I actually meant to talk about this last week. We just never got the time. I'm fine with it. I don't really care, honestly. I'm a huge fan of both Alien and Predator franchises. I love both. They are huge parts of my childhood. I love those stories. And I know some of the promotional art showed Predator holding the Iron Man helmet, and a lot of people got hyped because they thought, oh, this means Predator versus Iron Man. I don't know. I'd be interested in seeing that, but I'm not holding my breath for it because they've already come out and said that we are not making any promises that any crossovers will be happening. That said, it doesn't mean there won't be, but until they make an announcement, I'm not going to get my hopes up. Also, I think Predator might match up with other characters a little better. I'd actually rather see Predator versus Black Panther. That would be the book I'd read. I'd read that book. Oh, I'd read that shit in a heartbeat. And then give me Punisher versus Aliens. Or hell, give me the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't really want the X-Men fucking with the aliens because I know, yeah, the aliens, the Brood are derivative of the aliens, but I think the Brood are more interesting than the Xenomorphs. So, like, them fighting the Xenomorphs would be just like, okay, well, just have them fight the Brood, because this isn't interesting. This isn't interesting at all. I know a lot of people think differently about that, but no. Some people think that this means the aliens, the Xenomorphs will basically become, like, the Brood will be folded into the Xenomorphs. I don't want that either. Just let them be separate. It's fine. Or you know what? Better yet, Cosmic Ghost Rider versus the Xenomorphs. That'd be funny. That would be funny. Says Grace Marie says, "Ayo, did you see the trailer for King in Black by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman?" Yes, I did. I'm actually looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this follow-up story for quite some time. I'm ready for it. Get it in front of me.
Cut the check.
Get it in front of me right now. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see, because I already know it's going to happen. Null is going to touch down, and he is going to run that fade. Like, he's got his clippers. He's got them ready. He's gonna fuck everybody up. Let's see. Draw Bow says, so what you feel about Alien? Oh, this we already just talked. Yeah, we just talked about it. Same. The aliens and Predator coming to the Marvel Universe. Same. Yeah, I'm I'm glad they're there. I care more about just having good Predator comics and good Aliens comics, and then having good Aliens versus Predator comics, and then they can start worrying about folding them into everything else. Though I have some sneaky suspicion if they do it at all, they'll probably wind up doing what they did with Conan. They'll probably, because a lot of people forget, they fold when Marvel got the rights back to Conan, they folded Conan in using an Avengers storyline. No Road Home. They used No Road Home to kind of fold him in to Marvel continuity. So I don't know if they're going to do that again and just fold and like have some story arc where somehow the aliens, the xenomorphs, and the predators, they somehow are wrapped up in some shit. And I really hope they don't do that, because I actually didn't like how they introduced Conan. I actually did not like that. I mean, I like him now, but it's just like how they introduced him in, I was like, that ain't cool. Let's see here. Rubius Archos says, or is it Arcos? We'll say both. I have a question. Are you interested in Cyberpunk 2077, the video game or board game? Yes, both. Yes to both. That is one of those situations where, and I often tell people this, you have to support. You have to support black creators, black content creators, because a lot of people don't know this, and I think we revealed this. We actually talked about this last week. I think I brought this up. But a lot of people don't know that the creator of Cyberpunk is a black man. The tabletop RPG that the Cyberpunk 2077 game is based on, that was created by a black man. That man, to be precise, Mike Pondsmith. So, yes, please and thank you. Yes, I am excited. I'm excited for Cyberpunk 2077. Really looking forward to it. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Let's move along. So yeah, let's see here. What we got? Oh, lost track of some shit. Hold on. Splosh asked, will I do a video on Jessica Cruz? I've already put it on the list. Already about to be Zordon in a tube in the next season. Oh God, please. You know what? Let me, because I'll keep it 100 with the Power Rangers. I'll be like, Power Rangers, I'm going to need you to go to Angel Grove. Go to the corner store on the corner of 5th and Vine. And I'm going to need you to secure me some Cambodian breast milk and a sugar cookie. Until you do so, the command center is closed. That's how I roll. Let's see here. Let's see. The Hasbro. Carl Johnson asked if I've seen the Hasbro Giant Sentinel. Hold on. I have not. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, wow. That thing huge. Here, I'm going to pull it up so y'all can see what we're looking at here. I believe this is, if I'm correct, this is what you're talking about. Because I think this right here is the Build-A-Figure from the Marvel Legends toy line. This is something else altogether. That's huge. This is huge. This is, yeah, because this is 15 3/4 inch. This is a little over 26 1/4 inch. Yeah, dude. Yeah, give me that. I want to know them. I'm scared to ask how much that thing costs, though. That thing probably costs an arm and a leg, and I'm really not trying to be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood out here. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. What else we got? Yes, Let's see here. So what would your idea, Reikai Bujin asks, what would your idea be for the next big MCU mashup film? So, like, and by mashup, I'm assuming we're probably talking about, like, an Avengers Infinity War, like, Avengers Endgame style, like, movie. Honestly, man, what I would probably do, because you got to have a threat that's big enough to warrant that many characters being in one space at the same time. We've already done Thanos. So we don't want to go back to the well on that one. Honestly, I think you have to either do a character on the tier level of Galactus or Doctor Doom. I think you have to go that hard. But I actually would probably be more in favor of Galactus and having it be one of those situations where not only do because we've already seen all the heroes band together. I actually would want to see a situation where not only do the heroes have to band together, but so do all the villains. Like, all the villains have to be like, dude, this motherfucker is about to destroy the entire fucking planet. We gotta pull up. I would want to see that. That's what I would want to see. Like, so like those moments we saw like in Endgame where like, you know, all the people showed up. I would want a moment. I don't want a similar moment. I don't want it to be a situation that's just like in Endgame where it's like, yo, hey, on your left, and then like all the villains show up. I would want it to be kind of just like they just show up. Like they pull up at some point and just is like, hey, like kind of almost like in the same way that like when Captain Marvel showed up, or like the A4 scene, have a bunch of random villains just show up and be like, hey, yo, we got you. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. Let's see here. Rubius Arcos also asks, what are your feelings on the Sandman TV show? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of Sandman. So, I hope it's good, though. I actually wouldn't be against watching a Sandman TV show. I'm just really weird about his comics. But I would be interested in seeing it. I'd be very interested in seeing this. I would be very interested in actually seeing that. Like, cause it's kind of funny. I originally was not the biggest fan of oh god, why am I blanking on this? The Dresden Files. You know, when they adapted for the TV show, or was it the TV show first? Was it comic first? I don't remember. Maybe a bad example. But what I'm trying to say is, was a fan of the one iteration and then eventually became a fan of it through another medium. There you go. That's what it was. I was an original fan of the TV show. I read the comic, became a fan of the show. There you go. Or the books. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Let's see. This was it. Have a quick story next, make you laugh. Okay, yeah. Send it my way. Here, wait a minute. Oh, God. Yeah, Kate Tucker. Yeah, the creator of Cyberpunk is black. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, so Old School Hunter asks, apart from the term, what I believe is a dividing tool amongst fans, what's your thoughts on tokenized characters? See, okay, yeah, alright, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. What I think people really mean when they say a character is tokenized, because I actually don't think that, because, okay, I think of tokenized, when people say tokenized characters, I think of it the same way I think of when people say, when people talk about, police brutality, and then people say, well, what about black on black crime? Well, what about white on white crime? Okay, so, and it's just, weird analogy, I know, but whenever a black or brown character becomes the legacy becomes takes up the mantle of a previously established character, because this is usually when tokenized comes up. So whenever like a black or brown or LGBTQIA plus character takes over the mantle of a previously established character that was probably in most cases a cisgendered straight white male, which is all you had back then in the day. A lot of people like to bring up the term tokenized. But the thing is, no one says tokenized about Wally West. No one says tokenized about about Barry Allen. Barry Allen's not even the original Flash. That's Jay Garrick. No one says tokenized about Hal Jordan. He's not the original Green Lantern. Alan Scott is. That was the same argument I had with Young Rippo, who forgot what legacy characters actually mean. You know, because I don't know, people always say, oh, I like the original characters. I was like, well, you are. I was like, and I said to him, I said, you are aware that Barry Allen's not the original Flash. I don't know. I don't like when people bring it up, because I feel like they always use it incorrectly. Or they don't keep the same energy. They're like, okay, all these people, they're perfectly fine with Dick Grayson or Tim Drake or Damian Wayne or Jason Todd becoming the next Batman, but you know, they're perfectly fine with Wally West becoming the next Flash. But if another character is introduced that happens to be a character of color, or a character that is of the LGBTQIA plus community, they always seem to get in their feelings about it, because it's like, oh, well, that character didn't earn it. Well, it's like, well, did the other character? You can't, like, I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, sure, these characters had, 20, 30-something years, but why not give this other character the same chance? You're perfectly, like, it's really weird. It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a house Negro mentality, and I don't like it. Because black people specifically are perfectly okay with a white character taking up the mantle of another white character, but have a real issue with a black character taking up the mantle of a white character. It's like, I mean, we want original characters, we want new characters, that's all well and good, but that doesn't mean you can't have other characters. It's like, okay, so basically we don't want any black characters actually having an opportunity to be a legacy character? Are we just gonna write off the fact that the second Dr. Midnight was a black woman? Are we gonna write off that that Mr. Terrific is a legacy character? He's not the original Mr. Terrific. The original Mr. Terrific was a white dude. The thing is that, yeah, some of these things change because at the time they weren't things that were, I don't want to say possible, but just things that weren't going to get done. And one of the things you'll notice that as the comics industry has grown older and younger creators have come into play, you're starting to see more progressive changes. And, is it for the right reasons or the wrong reasons? I don't know. Are they trying to score woke points? I don't know. Maybe, probably. But they also know that if you create a new character, readers aren't often willing to change their buying habits for a new character, even if it is the same color as them. This is something that's been tested. There's a reason why Monica Rambeau stopped having a comic. People weren't buying it. There's a reason why Night Thrasher, characters like that, stopped having comics, because people stopped buying it. Because at the end of the day, Marvel and DC know one thing that is true about comics fans. A comic fan would rather keep buying the same old bog standard regular ass issues of Batman week in and week out than take a risk on something new. And that is starting to change. But you can't blame Marvel or DC for being gun shy about it. Because honestly, they're snake bit. They're snake bit at this point. They don't want to take that chance again. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't either. Can you do a video of Conan the Barbarian? Can I be brutally honest? I have no interest in Conan the Barbarian whatsoever. I tell you what, if you are a channel member, I'll put him on the list, but I'll be brutally honest. Don't expect me to have anything nice to say about him. And don't expect it to get done anytime soon. It'll be like if I'm bored. It'll be like if I'm bored and have nothing else to do. Let's see. Let's try and get through some of the rest of these. Let's see here. I'm trying to move through the rest of them. Let's see. Have you watched The Old Guard yet? No, I've not watched The Old Guard. Have not watched that yet. Let's see here. What's your thoughts on the Transformers War for Cybertron coming to Netflix? I'm interested in it. I will watch it as soon as I have time to. But I am very interested in it. K Tucker asks, do you think Xbox should buy Warner Brothers Studios? No, I don't. I really don't. Because they wouldn't, what would they do with it? They wouldn't do shit. Let's see here. Let's see. Yes, Exodia, you got here very late. Like Riri Williams. Yes, Riri Williams is a legacy character. And I think what a lot of people don't realize about legacy characters is, legacy characters, because of the way fans tend to backlash against them, what typically winds up happening is, they take over the mantle for a little bit, and then they move on to do their own thing. Case in point, Thunderstrike, who was Thor in like the mid to late 90s. Y'all remember Thor who wore the jacket? That wasn't Thor. That wasn't like Thor, Odin's son. That was somebody else. People forget about Thunderstrike. But yeah, that is the thing. Let's see. Iron Lad. Maybe. We'll see. See. Jason Rush is a better Firestorm than Ronnie Raymond. Yeah. Let's see here. No, Brain Jones. Mr. Terrific was not gay. Mr. Terrific was very much a heterosexual. He was an atheist, however, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Can you do a video on DC Comics? You're talking about Silencer? Yeah, sure. I could do that. I like Silencer. I'm woefully behind on her comic, but yes. Let's see here. Am I watching the UFC Fight Island tonight? No. Nah, can't say that I am. I can't say that I am. SFC Cape Killer coming through with a $5 super chat, just simply to say support. Okay, now I actually spent a little bit longer on chat questions than I actually originally intended to, so we're going to go ahead and switch over to Discord questions. The rest of the questions will either be super chats or Discord questions. So, because I want to make sure, because we actually had some questions from last week that got missed because of Okay, I see that we've already got a problem here. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to cut the music off because I'm about to go off here for a sec. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Please stop having conversations in the questions thread. Please stop it. Because because I'm going to tell you right now, if I have to go in this questions thread and have to start weeding through shit to figure out what's a question and what's someone trying to have a fucking conversation, I'm just not going to fucking do Discord questions. I'm not trying to be a dick, but it makes it ridiculously hard to figure out what's a question when people are having conversations. Stop it. Please, stop it. If you want to have a conversation with a person about the question that they asked, tag them in the general chat or in the comics chat or whatever chat is appropriate and have that conversation there. If you have a conversation in my questions thread, I will fucking ban you. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I have had this look, I'm be honest with y'all. I don't know if y'all know this about me. I do not like repeating myself. I hate it. It is one of my biggest fucking pet peeves. When I feel like I have to repeat myself, I get really fucking angry. I get really irrationally angry. So, I see Dark Angel has already addressed what I'm talking about now. But please, do not have conversations in the questions thread. If I have to say it again, I'm just going to do away with Discord questions. If I got to, I will fucking do it. Just saying. Now that is out of the way, let's answer some Discord questions now. This is a really long question. Okay, let's go back, because we actually have questions from the week prior that I didn't even get a chance to fucking answer. Let's see. So, we got my guy, Zacharias Tubes, coming through saying, what if in Black Panther 2, they introduce Namor, and at the end of the movie, post-credit scene, Namor is visited by someone, and he simply says, it's been a long time, Adam. I would be all in for that. I'd be fine with that. Honestly, I think Namor should be introduced in Black Panther 2. I've been very vocal about this. I feel he should be introduced in Black Panther 2. I feel he should be the villain of Black Panther 2. I feel like Namor should also set up the wider mutant universe in the MCU, is what I believe. Let's see here. Next up. And I've answered this question on Twitter, and I think this is from the same person. Lucio the Fourth, I've answered this question on Twitter, because I believe you asked me there as well. My answer is not any different regarding the whole why don't Inhumans face the same systemic oppression that mutants in the 616 comics get? I answer that question for you on Twitter. My answer is no different. It has not changed. Let's see here. Moving along, because we're about to try and rapid fire some of these, because I'm trying not to have leftover questions. Let's see. Oh. Okay, so Unstoppable Sci-Fi Boy says, this may just be me, but my favorite thing about the Black Panther movie and why I think it's one of the best in the MCU is the willingness to embrace African culture and aesthetics. The movie didn't shy away from socio-political issue. It put them front and center, emphasizing it through the main villain. It gave the movie a unique voice. However, some people hate it because of that, claiming it's not comic booky enough. Hence the push for Namor or Doctor Doom to be the next main villain. Do you think having such characters in the next movie could overshadow the central themes and aesthetic of the franchise? No, I do not. Because you can maintain that same vibe. Honestly, okay, so, case in point. If you look at the characters Namor and, let's say, Doctor Doom, Kraven the Hunter, all potential villains that have been brought up for a sequel to Black Panther, one of the things that you will probably notice is that they all kind of follow a theme. They can all follow a common thread, and that is, in the case of Namor, colonization. Colonization, and not even so much colonization, but just like completely taking over. Completely taking over, or even just genocide and wiping a peoples off the face of the planet. Doctor Doom in trying to steal the resources of a country that is not his. The taking of something. You could also say that in the sense of Kraven the Hunter coming to one's country to hunt something that they have no business coming to hunt. These are all things that can actually be tied down into African themes, I believe. And you can still maintain that sense of African aesthetic and identity that Black Panther has, and I would say even so much on the same level. So yeah. Was it Plato Pompey says, just heard the tapes of the investigation in Breonna Taylor's case, passively coach the cops through the investigation. Curious how you handle the anger. Honestly, I handle the anger by channeling it into more positive things. I constantly tell people that, when people talk about being angry and how they hate it, it hurts them, I always tell people the same thing. I always tell them the same damn thing. Every time. Anger is a hell of a motivator. Anger can get shit done. Now, I don't think using anger is a bad thing. I think using anger as a motivator is really powerful. However, I do think letting anger use you is a bad thing. Letting anger work you is not okay. That is when bad things happen. But instead what I do is I take my anger, I channel it into my content creation. I take that anger, that same energy that I would use for that anger, I bottle it up and I repurpose it into creativity. And I use it to write, I use it to plan videos, I use it to create videos, I use it to edit videos, I use it to figure out what my topics are for videos. So yeah, no, I think that yes, anger, you just have to take it much like, think of your own anger as the Hulk. To use a comic book analogy. The Hulk is a force of nature, but it can be directed at something. And that's where I think the best usage of that is. Let's see. Moving on now to Lucia the Fourth says, let's see. They seem to always prefer to race bend a character we weren't asking for rather than put black creators on black. Okay, yeah, that's not even a question. It's not a question. Anyway, but I guess to speak to the point, they do actually make black characters. The problem is nobody buys them. Mosaic. Nobody bought it. Blue Marvel. Nobody bought it. Actually, I tell you what, people buy it now, after the fact, and largely only because Rob from Comics Explained did a video about it, and people were like, oh, I didn't know this character existed. And then basically all those comics kind of like went out of print because people bought the shit out of them. But the thing is, that was after the fact. They don't make new black characters, especially by black creators, because black people won't go buy the fucking comic. That's why. You start going to buy the fucking comic, and they will start making them again. Of that, I promise you. Same thing happened to Black Panther and the Crew. And it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you there. Let's see. Corey Scott Johnson coming through the $10 super chat says, remember when Killmonger talked about the ancestor that jumped ship because death was better than bondage? You could wrap that in to bring Namor in as a villain because it was the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, you could. You could. You could even make a little, I mean, it would be kind of reaching a little that you could say that the original Atlanteans, because I don't think, I can't remember exactly how this would kind of play in, but you could say that the Atlanteans actually took those. I mean, I don't know. That one, I wouldn't want to play with that one too much. But I mean, if you really just wanted to, you could say that the Atlanteans probably took them. And God only knows what to them. Let's see here. So yeah, because that's not even an actual question. Lord Jesus. I'm just baffled. Anyway, there you go. Anyway, okay. Apocalypse Handshake says, how about Miles Morales' first appearances? Big Buicks now. You think Kevin Feige will do a live action? I think there was a question I was asked earlier, which I gave the same reaction. Yeah, sure. Maybe. I mean, but honestly, right now the money is on Spider-Verse. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. This is actually more of a question. Would Janelle Monae be cast as Dazzler, giving her amazing musical performances? A mutant-powered concert at the mansion could be a very memorable scene. No. Well, see, that also goes back. We got to keep that same energy. If you don't want, because the same person talked about race-bending characters instead of creating new ones, you are technically not keeping that same energy and suggesting race-bending another character for a reason that honestly wouldn't serve a purpose in any story. So no, I would say no. And we've already talked about the Storm thing, so yeah, no, we're not rehashing that. I'm gonna tell people, please try not to ask questions that were already answered earlier in the show. Yasuke26 asks, what do you think about actress Sierra Foster to play Storm? She's been campaigning for a while now. I bet she'd do a good job. Also, random question, who would be your pick to play Static? He's my favorite superhero, and I haven't found anyone yet. Let's see. So for that one, let me see. I'm not familiar with the name. I'm not familiar with the name of Sierra Foster. Okay. I see. Man, I don't know. I mean, she's got the height, but I don't know if she's got anything else. I just don't know. Now, as regards to Static, who I would pick to play that character, actually, oddly enough, we were talking about Power Rangers earlier. I actually would pick the guy who is the current Red Ranger of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, whose name right now is incredibly escaping me. Here, let's see. There we go. Let me pull his name up. Where did it go? Rory D. Travis. That's his name. Rory D. Travis is who I would probably pick. And actually, oddly enough, I actually talked about him in my All Black Power Rangers video. He is who I would pick to play that character. And if you are not familiar with who he is, this is the brother right here. I would pick him. That's just me. Apropos of age or whatever, that is what I would go for if it was my pick. But that said, here, let's see what else we got. Unstoppable Sci-Fi Boy has another one in here. Let's see. Do you think we're actually going to get this GCPD show with all the flack around cop shows? Probably shouldn't. We probably shouldn't be worrying about a cop show. I wouldn't, personally. Just me. Especially considering recent events. Probably the less we have, the better. Rough Rider 86 asks, what's up on that Sunshine Superman video? Also, we may not see Predators or aliens in the Marvel Universe as we know it, but what if they connect the Star Wars and Marvel Universes by way of AVP or aliens versus the Empire or the Mandalorian versus the Predator? I'd be interested to see the Mandalorian versus the Predator, but honestly, I don't know, man. Y'all know me. I don't know how many times I say it. Crossovers of that magnitude, I generally don't give a fuck about. I'll read them, I'll watch them, but I'm not gonna like geek out over them. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, they're putting these two things together. No, you'll never see me do that. Because I just don't give a shit. I like my canons to be nice and neat. NCO, neat, clean, and organized. I don't like I don't like my DC invading my Marvel invading my DC. I don't like my Image invading DC invading Image. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I really don't. But as for the Sunshine Superman video, it is in the works. It is on the short list, alongside Calvin Ellis. Let's see. Next up from Jack Fellhand says, would you rather see a Marvel Warhammer 40k crossover or a Marvel Shadowrun crossover? See my previous statement. If I had to have one, I'd rather it be Shadowrun. If it had to happen, if you put a gun to my head and said you either take this crossover or die, I would say Shadowrun. I feel like it would blend better. Let's see here. Wait, what are we talking about? Battle rap? Huh? I'm trying to figure out why battle rap is being brought up so much. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm familiar with battle rap culture, just, and I do support it, just, this is, I usually just have an agenda I try to get through when I'm doing these, so I don't have time. Though I will say, we are plotting to have Sky Blue back on, so maybe, who knows, maybe we might have some bars, to talk about. Last question in the Discord, last question of the show. Also from Unstoppable Sci-Fi Boy says, out of interest, who was your initial choice for Storm? Also, hear me, what do you think about the Jada entanglement drama? Okay, so, first question, Storm, Yetiti Badaki. Which, honestly, she's kind of, ever since I saw American Gods and found out about her interest in the character, she's kind of always been my pick. That said, as far as the whole Jada entanglement drama, I don't care about it. Poly relationships, people being married and having relationships outside of their marriage, whether they talk to the other person about it or not my business. I don't care. It's not a thing. And to the point, I have no clue what the fuck is going on. That's how little I care about it. All I can do is go on what Jada had, what I initially heard about from Jada, saying that her and Will Smith are open about it. I don't know if that's actually true or whatever. I know some stuff came out about it yesterday, but I don't care. I just don't care. It's one of those situations. It's just like, if two people can recognize that the other person doesn't give them everything that they need, and they can agree to have relationships respectfully outside of their own, being respectful about it and not being sneaky about it, if they can agree to that shit and stick to it, fuck it, let them. I don't care. But at the same time, is it for me? Fuck no. I barely got time for my wife, let alone like some random other woman. So no, not for me. Honestly, see my answer. See the X-Force video I did the other day. That was my answer, pretty much. If all must know. So that is all the questions, everybody. That is all the questions. So there you go. And I agree, Mercedes Kirkland. What Mercedes Kirkland said, I wish that I could highlight it. I have to figure out how to highlight. I've seen people do it before, and I need to figure out how. But yes, Mercedes Kirkland said, buy Naomi, Stealth, and Far Sector if you want more new black characters. And I will amend that statement by saying that if you also want more black characters created by black people, with the exception of, Naomi and Stealth are technically created by white dudes. But Far Sector, no. Far Sector definitely by a black person. But regardless, whether it's by a black person or not by a black person, you want those fucking things to happen, you better go buy them goddamn books. Better yet, go buy Bitterroot. Go buy Bitterroot. Prodigy. Excellence. You better go buy them books. I don't want to hear you say, you need to keep that same energy. If you are not buying those books, you can't sit here and cry about not getting black characters if you are not buying the goddamn books. That's it. So it feels like an insult when they try and make an originally white hero black. I wouldn't take it as an insult. Take it as a... Honestly, you should be happy because there was once a time where no one would even consider that. But yeah, like I said, I don't care whether you buy them digitally. I don't care whether you go to the fucking brick and mortar store and buy them. I don't care where you go to motherfucking Walgreens, Walmart. If you find that comic, fucking buy it. Because I'm telling you, Marvel ain't here for these change.orgs and your Twitter campaigns. They don't give a fuck. You know what they care about? Cold, hard currency. That's what they care about. If you ain't buying the books, they're not getting cold, hard currency. And if they're not getting cold, hard currency, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And that is a very realistic way to look at it. Like I told somebody in the Discord the other day, you'll get a Blue Marvel comic when Marvel decides they want to make a Blue Marvel movie. And that I guarantee you. You'll start, trust me, the closer we get to Mahershala Ali's Blade, you're going to start seeing Blade comics pop back up. You're going to start seeing Blade get a little more screen time, a little more airtime. Like, technically, like he's already getting. They're already grooming him for it by putting him in the Avengers. So, buy the fucking Avengers. That's how this works. Just saying. Yes. And as I want to reiterate what Dark Angel says, keyword, buy. Buy. You have to buy. Buy the goddamn books. You cannot sit here. If you are one of those motherfuckers who sit up here talking about some, I don't buy that. I don't buy this black character because he's not interesting. Well, that's a damn shame. You better start learning to love that motherfucker. Because that's all you gonna get. That's all you gonna get. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah. And here's the thing. Here's the other thing. I always hate when I hear people say turning a white character black. They didn't turn a white character black. They made... Because here's the thing. It's just a fucking name. It's a mantle. That's all it is. They gave the mantle to a black character. Bruce Wayne did not... Or not Bruce Wayne. Iron Man, Tony Stark, did not suddenly become a little 15-year-old black girl. He just wasn't Iron Man at the time. Steve Rogers didn't suddenly turn into a black man. No, it was Sam Wilson who had been there for like years. So, there you go. That is my feeling on that. I don't like when people put it that way because it's a very misleading statement and it creates an argument that makes no fucking sense. But anyways, I have well and fucking overstayed my goddamn welcome. I'm going to go and spend some time with my little daughter and get ready for later shenanigans tonight. Keep your eyes peeled to the community tab. I'm going to be putting some polls up to see what some of the next things are that people want to see. Things that I am thinking about doing and seeing what you guys think about it. That said, yeah, man, we're going to get out of here. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. It is hot as balls in this fucking cave. I got to go turn the fan on. I want you guys to be awesome to each other, love each other, take care of each other. I will once again put the link to the Discord in here for those that are still here. It'll be live. That link will be good until roughly around this time tomorrow. Don't forget, if you are in the Discord, if you are new to the Discord, if you are already in the Discord, if you have not taken care of the thing that I have asked you to take care of, do not plan on being there very long. I'm just letting you know. There's some people that are going to be cool because they already had roles to begin with, and I know they know the rules. There are a lot of you others that do not. So, that said, I will see you all next time. I love you all 3,000. Be plus ultra to each other. Good night.